Division. Cleveland against Minnesota. The Central Division of the AFC, Central Division of NFC. Magic number is 1. The team that wins here today, they are assured of a berth in the playoffs. Great game. Stay with us. Hello, everybody. This is Charlie Jones and Lynn Dawson. We are at the Metropolitan Stadium. The game between the Cleveland Browns and the Minnesota Vikings. And Cleveland will be kicking off. The deep back on the return to accept the kickoff of this man, Don Cockcroft, will be number 31, Eddie Payton. Cockcroft's kickoffs this year have been high and short. They've had good hang time for the coverage. But he has not hit for distance. But he does sail this one as Payton takes it at the 3-yard line. He is to the 15, has a block, 20, 25. Bumped out of bounds around the 34-yard line by the kicker, Don Cockcroft. So Minnesota will go to work at their own 34-yard line. The officials spot it. First down. That offensive backfield is led by this man, number 9, the quarterback Tommy Kramer, with Ricky Young and Ted Brown as the running backs. These are the receivers. Ahmad Rashad has a leg injury. We do not know how long he can play. First down with split back. Kramer with all the time in the world, then drops it off to Ted Brown. He goes to the 38-yard line. He has 4. It'll be 2nd and 6 as Dick Ambrose makes the tackle. The offensive line for the Vikings.
Number 62, Brent Boyd, is at the left guard position. He is replacing Jim Huff. Number 51, he is out with an injury. He's out for the rest of the year. Defensively for the Cleveland Browns, they employ a 3-4 defensive line. And we'll get to the players in just a moment after this play.
Joe Spencer comes in at tight end. Tucker comes out. That is the messenger service. Play action. Pass complete. Right side. Ted Brown. First down. Vikings. 49-yard line. A pickup of 11. Ron Bolton makes the tackle.
Right away, we can take a look at this Minnesota team and tell that the ball is going to be in the air today, even though it is a little cool out there. So it's going to be up to the defenses of both sides to put pressure on the quarterback. But Kramer is dumping it off to his back. Harris Alzado is in the lineup, but he has an injury problem. We don't know how long he is going to last.
That problem, hamstring, hurt it in the first half last week, came out, was not to play in the second half, but he did. Ted Brown sweep right, and the defense is there. He will lose a yard on the play. Charlie Hall, the linebacker, diagnosed it. It'll be 2nd and 11. Let's look at the linebackers of the Cleveland Browns. The reason they went to the 3-4.
They have outstanding linebackers. Charlie Hall making that tackle. Number 59 is an outstanding linebacker. Number 57, Clay Matthews, also does a superb job. But R.L. Jackson, 56, we'll be talking about him this afternoon because he's having an outstanding year. As the defensive secondary headed by Ron Bolton at the cornerback position.
Now John Morey comes in as a linebacker, and Jackson comes out. 2nd and 11, screen right side, Ted Brown. Brown fights his way to the 50-yard line. He picks up 2. It'll be 3rd and 9, and the leading tackler for the Cleveland Browns stops him. That is Dick Ambrose, right inside linebacker number 52.
Lyle Alzado, number 77 for the Cleveland Browns. Last week they took him out of the ball game, but he snuck back in the ball game. And take a look at him now. This is a screen pass. He's a veteran defensive lineman. He knows something's up right now. He knows that it's not going to be a pass. It's going to be a screen. So he gets involved in the action, gets involved in the tackle, although it's on the other side of the field from where he's playing.
The Vikings converting about 35% of their third down opportunities. And they come up short here. Ricky Young on the receiving end. Clinton Burrell is the man who stopped him. It'll be 4th down and still a yard to go. Officials say they want a measurement, but from here it seems rather obvious.
They got back in the shotgun formation. It's interesting right now. It looks like it's short, Charlie. I don't think that they would go for it in a situation right now. You mentioned that the magic number is 1. If either team wins, they're going to be in the playoffs. They're assured of that. You know, if a team wasn't involved in the playoffs, and this is if it were short of a first down, I would say in this situation, go for it.
From the Vikings standpoint, if they win or Detroit loses today, they are the champions of the NFC Central. They cannot qualify for a wild card. Still over a foot to go. For the Cleveland Browns, their situation is a little bit different. As you know, they're being chased by Houston and by the Pittsburgh Steelers, the two-time defending Super Bowl champion. Now, if Cleveland loses today, they could still win the conference by defeating Cincinnati next week.
I thought that Bud Grant was a conservative coach, Charlie. He's sending in a couple of tight ends and a couple of big backs. He is going for it, or apparently will go for it, on fourth down.
He has Bob Tucker, Joe Sitzer, and Bob Brewer. He has 3 tight ends.
He's got it.
It is Ted Brown. The gamble pays off for the Vikings. Tom Darden made the tackle, and Ricky Young was the lead blocker.
Shows you the importance of this football game for both clubs. Going to the right side, short yardage situation. They needed less than a yard. To the right side, Ted Brown. Nobody there. Excellent blocking by the Minnesota Vikings. Picks up more than enough for the first down. They're down now, let's see, about the 27-yard line. Definitely in field goal range right now.
And a gain of 15 yards on the play. And the first down at the Cleveland 27. This is a passing formation. Play action, rolling right. Throws back left. It is there, going to Ricky Young out of the backfield. 23-yard line. He picks up 4. Dick Ambrose with the tackle. It'll be 2nd and 6. Clinton Burrell was also there.
Misdirection type of play. Rolling out to the right, stopping and going back to the left to his back. But the Cleveland Browns really did an excellent job of covering that. Dick Ambrose, number 52, was on the receiver. Picked up 5 yards, which is still an excellent play. Anytime you pick up 5 yards, it's a good play.
The 2 running backs, Ted Brown and Ricky Young, excellent receivers. Brown, 7th in receiving in the NFC. Young is 8th. Kramer then throws, but he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw, and the flag goes down, so they'll be bringing the play back. He was a couple of steps past the mark.
I don't know why he threw the football, because he had some open territory there. He possibly could have picked up the first down. Take a look at it right now. Number 9 is Tommy Kramer. He's by the line of scrimmage right now. He does see his man ahead of him, gets the ball
open.
loose.
Right.
But he was going to get nailed right there by R.L. Jackson, 56, the linebacker. But he should never have.
Legal forward pass on the quarterback, 5 yards and a loss of down.
That's what hurts, the loss of down.
It is assessed from where he threw it, which was the 21, so they move it back to the 26.
Linebackers have a tendency to make quarterbacks do things like that, Charlie. When they get up in your face, you say, he must want this ball, I better get rid of it. That's what happened on that play.
It'll be 3rd down and 9. Oliver Davis and Judson Flynn in the secondary. 6 men defensively. It is 3rd and 9. Kramer to throw. Into the right flat to the remaining back, Ted Brown. And he'll be stopped around the 26 to 27, basically the neighborhood of the line of scrimmage, and it will be 4th down as Ron Bolton was there along with Judson Flynn.
Credit Marshall Harris, number 90, the defensive left end. He made Kramer get rid of that football and dump it off in the flat before he really wanted to throw the ball. He made a good move to the inside. He was putting pressure on the quarterback. The quarterback had no choice. He had to get rid of the football.
So Rick Danmeyer is in with a field goal attempt upcoming. He has hit 6 out of 6, perfect from 30 yards and in. This one will be an attempt of 45 yards. His longest of the year has been 47. It may just make it no. It is no good from 45 yards away. And so Cleveland has held, and they take over on downs, and we have no score. First quarter. Number 1 quarterback in the NFL from the Brown 27-yard line. And he gives to the first back through. James White is there to make the tackle. And Mike Pruitt is the ball carrier as we look at the backfield with Sipe, Mike Pruitt, and Greg Pruitt. The receivers, and they are excellent. Logan Rucker, the tight end, is Ozzie Newsome.
That offensive line is doing a tremendous job. Sipe has only been sacked 17 times so far this season. That is second best in the National Football League. The addition of number 64, Joe DeLamiere, coming down from Buffalo, has been a welcome addition to that offensive line of the Cleveland Browns.
Gain of 3. It will be 2nd down and 7. Greg Pruitt, sweep left side. Good defensive play. He will lose a yard to the 29. It was the middle linebacker, Scott Studwell, who made the tackle. 3rd down and 8. And let's look at that defense of the Vikings.
Well, the defensive Vikings, Mullaney, number 77, is an excellent pass rusher for the Minnesota Vikings. He'll put some heat on Brian Sipe this afternoon. Linebacking core is excellent. Number 59, Matt Blair, is an all-pro. And the secondary, the old-timer back there, I guess you could say, is the right cornerback, number 20, Bobby Bryant. But he still does an excellent job for the Minnesota Vikings.
He is the oldest Viking at age 36 and has 49 career interceptions. Sipe to throw. Calvin Hill is in the backfield, and the pass is to Calvin, and he's got the first down and goes out of bounds at the 44-yard line, jumping over John Turner. I'm not sure if Calvin realized it, but once said he picked up the 15 yards on the play. He had already committed himself to go out of bounds, thinking he was going to be hit after that move. If he could have cut back, a lot of real estate in front.
Number 35, Calvin Hill, a veteran, and this is his specialty. 3rd down situations, that's when they put Calvin Hill in the football game. He runs with the ball very seldom, as you look at Sam Bertigliano on the sidelines right now. But 3rd down situations, 3rd and 4 or more, you're going to see Calvin Hill in the ball game.
Cleo Miller is in as a running back. In fact, Calvin Hill has carried the ball rushing only one time this year. Sipe sits 5 on the pattern. Quick pass far side is complete as Bobby Bryant brings down Reggie Rucker.
Talking to the coaching staff of the Cleveland Browns before the ball game, Charlie, they indicated to me that they would like to put the ball on the ground, which is something different for the Cleveland Browns. They thought they could move the ball on the ground, but they also said we are apt to get out of that in a hurry if it is not successful.
And the reason that Lynn Dawson said that's a bit different is because 70% of the yardage the Browns have gained this year has been through the air. It is 2nd and 5. Mike Pruitt has 2 yards to the Minnesota 49. Matt Blair with the tackle. It was 2nd and 5, so it'll be 3rd down and 3.
They're trying to establish that running game, Charlie, but so far it has not worked. I look for them to put the ball in the air right now, even though they only got a couple of yards to go for a 1st down. It's 3rd and 3, but this is a passing situation for the Cleveland Browns. Sam Bertigliano, he's a jewel, isn't he, Charlie? I know before the Houston game he said, hey, look, let's go out and have some fun. There are 800 million Chinese that really don't care whether we win this game or not.
Mike Pruitt gets the call. He, by the way, the number 3 rusher in the AFC, and he will pick up the 1st down as he has 4 yards to the 45-yard line as Tommy Hannon and Mark Mullaney bring him down for the Vikings.
Like I said, this is a passing situation for the Cleveland Browns, and they put it on the ground. Number 64, Joe DeLamiere, all-pro offensive guard, sticking the linebacker. An excellent block by DeLamiere. The linebacker did shed him, but they knew that they only had 3 yards to pick up, and they picked up the 1st down.
7th play of the drive that started back at the 27. There's not been a big gainer. Rucker comes in motion. Sipe to throw. He sits 5 on the pattern. Pass is complete. Flag is down. The play goes to the 39-yard line. That would be 6 yards offensively as Ozzie Newsome, the tight end, brought it in. Hannon brought him down, but we could well bring it back. No, it will be going against the Vikings, so they will add it on to the end of the play. And we will hear the call from Ben Dright. And the big gainer becomes a penalty inside the 25-yard line.
Personal foul on the defense, number 77, head slapping.
Head slapping on Mark Mullaney.
No, that wasn't very nice of Mark to be slapping somebody's head. It's a very costly penalty for Minnesota because now they are in Cockcroft territory with a field goal kicker. That's his range right now.
Defensive change. Doug Martin is at right end. Greg Pruitt and Mike Pruitt are the two running backs. Vikings 25-yard line. First down, Sipes to throw. Scrambles right. He's going to keep. And he goes sliding to the 17-yard line. So he picks up 8. It'll be second down and a pair. James White with the tackle for the Vikings. Matt Blair was also there, but as you know, once that Sipe has all that he thinks that he can get, he goes right to the turf.
Survives for another play, Charlie. Number 77, Mullaney, Mark Mullaney, working on number 63, Cody Risen. Risen does an excellent job. You're allowed to use your hand. He just pushes him to the outside, and that's what the pocket is all about. Sipe stepped up in the pocket, no receivers, took off and ran, and picked up excellent yardage.
Leo Miller in the backfield, the star of the Houston game, with 69 yards rushing and his first 2 touchdowns of the season. But Pruitt gets the call, fumbles it, and falls on it.
Fortunately for the Cleveland Browns, that ball popped right because right back in Pruitt's hands. Here it is, the handoff, a good handoff by Sipe. Scoffed the ball up, but Pruitt was back on the football, and it's a good move for the Cleveland Browns. They're in a 3rd and 4 situation right now, but they are in field goal range. What they want to do, they want to come away with some points here.
So you look for the pass, and that means that Calvin Hill comes in along with Greg Pruitt, and the Vikings counter with 6 in the backfield.
Calvin Hill
over the middle, has it. He'll score. Calvin Hill, his 6th touchdown of the year, a 73-yard drive in 10 plays. The touchdown covering 18 yards, and Cleveland is out in front 6-0.
Calvin Hill was isolated on a linebacker. He makes a good move to the outside, cuts back to the inside. There's absolutely no one there. Taking a look right now, number 45, Hannon, the safety, was trying to chase Calvin Hill, but he made a good move to the outside, cut to the inside. No one was there. Sipe got him the football. Cleveland is on the board.
Cockcroft to attempt the point after. And it is good. So the score, the Cleveland Browns 7, the Minnesota Vikings nothing. We have 4 minutes and 43 seconds left to go. We are in the first quarter in this all-important game.
When high interest rates keep America from buying the fuel-efficient cars it needs, it's time to do.
All right, thank you, Brian. In the drive, Sipe completing 4 of 4. Look at this, Carolyn. Will you marry me, Bob? I've got some advice for Bob.
Maybe it's too cold for Bob to ask Carolyn personally.
Eddie Payton, the deep back, leading the NFL in kickoff return yardage. And he claws to the 26 or the 27-yard line. John Mooring was there for the Cleveland Browns.
Was John Mooring ever there? He almost tore Eddie Payton in half. Show you how tough that the older brother of Walter Payton is. Houston leading Green Bay by the score of 6-0, first quarter score. And Terry Bradshaw to Lynn Swan. That's a familiar sight. 7-0 Pittsburgh over Kansas City first quarter. No score. St. Louis, Philadelphia. Markowski, 1-yard run. They lead San Francisco 7-0 first quarter.
Tommy Kramer is at 6 of 6. So we've had a perfect afternoon throwing thus far. Ted Brown, the ball carrier. The line of scrimmage at 26. He has 5 to the 31. As Marshall Harris and Tom Darden were there to greet him, it will be second down and 5.
Brian Sipe on the sideline. I'm sure that he's satisfied with that touchdown pass to Calvin Hill on that particular play. Minnesota was blitzing. That's why there was nobody in the middle when Calvin Hill caught that pass.
5 for the Vikings at their 31.
Ricky Young and Ted Brown are the 2 running backs. Kramer to throw. It is dropped. A catchable ball at the 35. Ricky Young is an excellent receiver, but he couldn't bring this one in.
The Minnesota Vikings throw the ball so much to their running backs that the linebackers have to be concerned about that. Good protection for Kramer throwing the ball. They're young, but that ball should have been caught. It was thrown a little bit behind him, but you got to come up with those catches.
3rd and 5 for the Vikings.
3rd down and 5 for the Vikings, trailing 7-0. 3:45 left to go. We are in the first quarter. Kramer now getting pressure, rolling. He's throwing this one away.
And it was a good move.
Look to the right side. The tight end, Bob Tucker, was covered, and it was a good move.
Yes, sir. Get rid of that football. Don't take the loss. Don't chance an interception because you don't want to give the Cleveland Browns the football down in your territory.
And a good defensive play by Charlie Hall, who had the coverage.
They got some heat on Tommy Kramer this time. Linebackers coming 77 is Alzado, and there it is. He just threw it away. Should have thrown a little farther, though, Charlie, because it did land in play.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Greg Coleman will be kicking with Keith Wright and Dino Hall set for the return. Good kick. Taken at the 23-yard line.
He's got some room.
Keith Wright. A fumble, a fight for it, and it is, of course, kept by the Browns, as you saw. A kick of 45 yards, a return of 15. Henry Johnson was there. We've got a timeout. The score is Cleveland 7 and Minnesota 0. We'll be back. Thank you, Brian. And like the game here, that is a big game, an important injury. New England, if they can pull off the win, they're right back in the middle of the playoff picture.
That's their Super Bowl game this afternoon for New England. Both of these teams need a victory here this afternoon. Bloomington, Minnesota.
Greg Pruitt and Mike Pruitt, the running back. Rucker goes in motion. Sipes, the quarterback, is going to throw on first down. Goes to his tight end, Ozzie Newsome. 45-yard line. Picks up a quick 8 yards on the play as John Turner makes the tackle. It will be 2nd down and 2. I do not believe that Sipe has missed a pass. No, he is 5 for 5, and he has 52 yards.
Well, there's the 5th one right there to his tight end, number 82, Ozzie Newsome. Ozzie really adds a great deal to that pass offense because of his terrific speed.
2nd and 2. Cleo Miller is in. Former teammate of yours. He's there primarily to block, right?
He's an excellent blocker.
Juggling the ball is Mike Pruitt. He will be in the neighborhood of the first down marker. About the 47-yard line, so we may be looking at a measurement as Matt Blair and Scott Studwell were there. The officials, they say no, it's not that close. It'll be 3rd down, half a yard.
Pruitt better get some stickum on those gloves that he's wearing out there because he's been bobbling that ball around this afternoon. He fumbled one earlier in this ball game, but he did recover at that time. It was not a clean exchange between he and Brian Sipe.
Browns going with 2 tight ends as McDonald Oden is in. First down, Cleo Miller going over the top to the 49-yard line. Fred McNeil makes the tackle, but it's a first down for the Cleveland Browns.
Cleo Miller does not fumble. I don't say does not fumble, but he doesn't do it very often. And I'm sure Sipe in that situation decided since Mike Pruitt is having a little difficulty holding on to the football that he better give it to Cleo Miller. Last time that we did a Browns game against Houston, Cleo Miller had an outstanding game.
2 touchdowns, big run of 50 yards, a drive that led to the winning field goal. Rucker in motion. Sipe to throw. Going deep, far side. It is Logan who is out of bounds. Bryant with excellent coverage, but Sipe threw it over the other shoulder.
Well, never had a chance. If he was anticipating a possibility of a completion there, he should have thrown it to the inside and not to the outside because he did throw it out of bounds. Logan made the catch, but it doesn't make any difference. As you can see right there, he's way out of bounds.
So it is 2nd and 10, and Cleo Miller comes into the backfield to join Mike Pruitt. Now, Cleo Miller is not there to receive. He only has 1 reception on the year.
He is there to help block, and in short yardage situations, he'll get the call to run with it.
Incomplete, 30-yard line. Walker, the intended receiver. Bobby Bryant is the man who broke it up. Keep in mind, the defender has the same right to the football as the intended receiver.
We are talking about Cleo Miller, number 30. The linebacker, number 55, Scott Studwell. He knows about Cleo Miller, and you're going to see right here what happens to running backs sometimes. If you're not looking at that linebacker, they're going to level you.
6 men in the secondary. Greg Pruitt is back in. He is an excellent receiver. 45 receptions on the year coming into the ball game. It is 3rd down and 10. Greg Pruitt, right side. He goes deep left. Tight end incomplete. Going to Ozzie Newsome. Kurt Knopf broke it up. It'll be 4th and 10. So Sipe all of a sudden went deep. He had not been doing that.
3 Minnesota Viking defenders where he threw that football, and they should never have thrown it in this area because they are fortunate. Minnesota, look at there, 1, 2, 3. Fortunate that Minnesota did not come up with the ball. He's probably thinking a situation like that is 3rd down. Even if they do intercept it, it's almost like a punt. But if they've been intercepted, they would have had an excellent opportunity of running it back to at least midfield.
Johnny Evans to kick to this man, Eddie Payton. Payton fields it at the 6-yard line. Excellent punt returner and kickoff returner. He comes to the 19. A punt of 44 yards, a counterpunch of 14. Just over a minute left, first period, and we'll be back in Minnesota.
It takes a lot.
And 1 second left to go, first quarter. Cleveland has the lead. The Vikings have the ball at their own 20-yard line. First down. Kramer sets it very quickly. The kick out is complete to Ahmad Rashad with Ron Bolton there for Cleveland. He goes out at the 26-yard line. He has 6. It'll be 2nd down and 4. Let's check the scoreboard.
All right, Houston leading Green Bay 6-0. That's in the 2nd quarter now. Big game for Houston. No score. St. Louis, Philadelphia, 2nd quarter. New Orleans leading the Jets 7-0, 2nd quarter.
But they have a long way to go.
No victories for the Saints, as they call them down there, the Aints, so far this year. They are 0-14. What a terrible season that is.
Ted Brown gets the call, breaks to the outside, and has the first down. Tom Darden finally stopped him. It looked as if the defensive line had stopped his momentum. But a continuing effort brought him to the 34. He has 8. Last week, he had a 7.5 average. The Browns had a shot at him. The defense couldn't hold him.
They didn't wrap their arms around him. And any good back, just because you hit him hard doesn't mean he's going down.
Also, I talked to your replay, didn't I? Okay. 34-yard line, first down. Kramer's pass far side. Comeback reception by Rashad as Bolton is there for Cleveland. Boy, they're picking on Ron Bolton.
Rashad is a man that really knows how to run pass patterns. He doesn't have the great speed that a lot of receivers have, but he knows exactly where he is on the field, exactly where that defender is. He has the ability to get that defender turned around. Now, he's got a couple of passes in front of Ron Bolton so far. Now, look later on that they're going to fake that sideline move when they think Bolton is going to come up, and they're going to go deep.
And this is the 5th straight year that Rashad has 50 receptions or more. 2nd and 3, a gain of 7 on the last play, a pickup of a couple. It'll be 3rd down and 1 as Ted Brown runs out the first quarter. We have 1 complete. We have 3 to go, and Cleveland has the lead, 7-0. Charlie Jones and the Big Bear, Len Dawson. This is a game that both teams have to win. We're at that point.
The name of the game is win enough games to get to the playoffs and get hot in the playoffs. It's down to 1, as you said earlier in this telecast. Either one of these teams is going to make it, depending on who wins. Right now, Cleveland is in front 7-0.
The team that wins here today is in the playoffs. That's the bottom line. Ted Brown has the first down. It was 3rd down and 1. And he picked up a couple of yards. And he's got the first down.
That's a Viking first down.
Statistically, in the first period, very close. Total yards, 68 for Cleveland, 71. Time of possession, fairly close. But there's one big difference. 7-0. Cleveland Browns in front. I think in the first quarter, the first time that Minnesota had possession of the ball, Bud Grant told you how important this game is. 4th and 1, about what's the 42-yard line.
Right.
He went for it.
Vikings at their 45.
First down, Vikings, their own 45. Bill Cowher is now in as a linebacker. Kramer to throw. All the time in the world. Then he drops it off to Ricky Young out of the backfield. To the 49. He has 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6 as Clay Matthews was there to stop him. And Charlie Hall was also there.
You said it, Charlie. All day to throw that football. Lyle Alzado, number 77. Defensive end is working on Steve Riley, number 78. Riley does an excellent job. Look at the attention and respect that he has, because Brett Boyd, the guard, also is looking to his side to help up. And that's what happens. If a man is free, they designate generally, hey, look out for this player or that player.
The Jets have tied New Orleans at 7-7. Here, Cleveland leads 7-0. Kramer going deep. Sammy White. Hang on at the 7-yard line. Bring it back to the 49. It'll be 3rd and 6. Double coverage. Ron Bolton and the strong safety Clarence Scott.
Hadn't seen Kramer throw this year. He showed me something right now. He's got a good arm because he puts this ball up in the air at least 50 to 55 yards. It was an excellent throw, but it was very, very good coverage by the Cleveland Browns. Number 22, Clarence Scott, coming over and making a shot or taking a hit on Sammy White, making sure he doesn't catch the football. 8-12. Kramer, big 3rd down situation for the Minnesota Vikings.
Defensively, Flint, Davis, and Franks come in. LeCount is in offensively. Kramer drills this one. It is dropped at the 36. Terry LeCount, the intended receiver, and Clarence Scott had the coverage.
He made a mistake of not coming back for the football. He waited for the football to come to him, and that gave the Cleveland Browns an opportunity to knock it away. Here you're taking a look at what Kramer is doing. He's got the pressure on him. You see, he doesn't come back for the football. He's waiting for the football to come to him. Gave Cleveland Browns safety man Scott an opportunity to come in and break up the play. Had he come back for the football, he would have made the reception.
Greg Coleman to punt with Keith Wright and Dino Hall set for the return. 4th down and 6. Good kick. Fielded at the 9-yard line by Keith Wright, and he is fielded. Down very quickly was Keith Nord for the Minnesota Vikings. A 42-yard punt. He loses a yard on the return. We'll be back in a moment. Cleveland Browns. Last year and this year, 9-5-10-4. Now, what that really means is their problem was the last 2 games of the season. And that's what took the Browns out of the playoffs.
You also look, there was a team that had 11-3 after 14 games. Pittsburgh Steelers, they're not there this year. Play pass.
On the 8-yard line. Dropped off to Mike Pruitt. And he has to work to try and get back to the line of scrimmage as Matt Blair makes the tackle. He may lose a yard. Let's see. No, they'll spot it at the 8. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Play action pass. And here you're looking from the end zone. Sipe knows he can't be hanging around back there. He's got to get rid of the ball. He is looking downfield to Greg Pruitt. He was covered. He gets the ball off to Mike Pruitt.
The replay shows what you were talking about yesterday in the San Diego game. Quarterback needs to see, have lanes of vision. 2nd and 10. Near the first down to Reggie Rucker. They will mark it at the 18. John Turner makes the tackle again from behind the quarterback. Watch for the vision that he has.
Number 17, Sipe, is going back. He knows he's not going to spend a lot of time in the end zone. He could see, so he was able to see his receiver all the way, making the move. Number 33 is Reggie Rucker, and he gets the ball to him for a first down. That shows you what confidence the Cleveland Browns have in their passing game. A lot of teams would say, hey, let's not throw it down in this territory because bad things can happen like interceptions and put them in scoring position. But Cleveland has a great deal of confidence in their passing game. They go right to it.
First down just outside the 18. Cleo Miller gets the call. He goes to the 22, has 4. It'll be 2nd and 6. Bobby Bryant makes the tackle. Today's telecast, presented by Authority, the National Football League, intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Minnesota Vikings and the National Football League is prohibited.
We got their permission, right?
Yep, we can do it. That means then you can watch over here at home. We have 11 minutes and 10 seconds left to go. First half, Cleveland leading 7-0. Their opening drive, 73 yards in 10 plays. It was Sipe to Calvin Hill for 18 yards out. That's been the only score. Flag is down. The play goes to the 30-yard line. Reggie Rucker with the reception.
That flag was thrown by the linesman, so somebody was offsides or moving. And you can see right now Minnesota's pointing toward the Cleveland Browns. Yes.
You're right, illegal motion. That will cost 5. It will be 2nd down and 11.
Legal motion, offense, number 85.
The call on wide receiver Dave Logan. Greg Pruitt is in. Cleo Miller comes out offensively. 2nd and 11. The Vikings will put 5 men in the secondary. They will put 6 men in the secondary. They're going to put 7 men in the secondary.
2nd and 12 for the Browns in their 17.
Brew, Nord, and Wright join the 4 starters in the secondary. Greg Pruitt counters with the run, and it is stopped. So it will be 3rd down and 11 as Mark Mullaney, defensive left end, number 1 draft choice in 75, was there.
They had all of those secondary people in the ball game, as you said, Charlie, but they did bring at least one of them, 1 or 2 of them. They will show that type of set with 3 down linemen, but somebody else is always going to be coming after the passer. You can't get to Brian Sipe with just 3 men rushing the passer.
And the 3 down linemen, Mullaney, White, and Martin, are all number 1 draft choices. Martin is the rookie. 3rd and 11. Sipe to throw. Scrambling a bit as pressure, barely gets it off. Pass is complete. Near the first down, Reggie Rucker has it. They will mark it close to the 30-yard line. And I believe it will be the first down. It is, yes.
That's a tough pass for Sipe. He's rolling to his left. He's right-handed. As you can see, he has nothing on the ball. He's falling away, throwing the ball. Looks like a wounded duck coming out there. Looks like a knuckleball, but Rucker comes up with the football and the first down. The important thing about Reggie Rucker, first things first. He caught the football, and then he made his move upfield. That last effort got to the first down.
And the wound was inflicted by Doug Martin, defensive right end, who put the pressure on. Sipe to throw on first down. Greg Pruitt. 32-yard line. Has a couple. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Fred McNeil and Bobby Bryant drop him immediately.
But once again, it's a good pass, a good play, because they pick up about 4 yards. And if they were to run with the football and picked up 4 yards, I said before, they would consider that a good play.
Another point on this drive. Cleveland leading 7-0. They started at their own 8-yard line. This is now the 8th play of the drive. They're using up a lot of time on the clock. 8:48 left to go, 2nd quarter.
And that hurts a team when they're standing on, and the weather is cool out here, to stand on the sidelines and be cold. Somebody has the ball for a long time to come in.
Sipe with all the time in the world. Look at the time. He goes deep away. Good defensive play by Kurt Knopf. The free safety for the Vikings.
Brian Sipe, if he gets that ball out there, that is 6 points because Newsom, number 82, was ahead of that defender back there, Kurt Knopf. All the time in the world. He's rolling out so he can see it. He's going to his right so he can throw the ball a lot better. But the ball is underthrown. As you can see right there, Knopf does make a good play, but if the ball is out there, Newsom is out there, and it could have been a touchdown.
And meanwhile, Greg Pruitt was all alone. Sipe wanted to go deep. Pruitt said, I'm here, I'm here. You'll come back and tell him in the huddle. Calvin Hill joins the offense. 3rd down and 8.
Cleveland has converted 5 of 6 on 3rd down situation.
Sipe stands,
Got him
throws,
open.
misses. Newsom, the defender, had fallen. That was Tommy Hanna.
2 plays in a row. Newsom has been open, and Sipe has not gotten him the football. That time, the safety man did fall down, and Newsom was all by himself. Good pass protection by the Cleveland Browns. You see right now. But see, when I was talking about vision, there was a hand up in front of Sipe's face. Nobody got to him, but that did as much good of getting that hand up there as getting to Sipe because he was off target.
Johnny Evans will be kicking to Eddie Payton. Eddie, 29 years of age, the older brother of the running back of the Chicago Bears. It is down at the 44-yard line. Bill Cower is the man who downed it. A kick of only 25 yards. We've got a timeout. We'll be back in a moment.
Has done an outstanding job for the Browns, and I was talking to Art Modell prior to the ball game, and he says, you know, really, we don't have that great a talent, but the coaching staff, and headed by Sam Bertigliano, has done a tremendous job with this team this year.
And Bud Grant in his 14th year at the helm of the Vikings, and what a record he has. They make the playoffs this year. It would be the 11th time in his 14-year career that they would be in the playoffs. But they do call him Mount Rushmore. Ricky Young carried the last time. He doesn't change expressions that much on the sideline.
You know, both coaches are similar in the fact that this is a game. It's not a life or death situation. And they keep the players loose. I know for Bud Grant, he shows up the day of training camp like the rest of the players. He says, I don't like training camp any better than you do.
That's right.
He likes to go fishing and hunting.
First day of the duck season, you know where he is. 2nd down, 7. Kramer to throw. Far side has a man open. It is there. And a big first down to Ahmad Rashad as Ambrose and Burrell bring him down.
That time Cleveland had a blitz on. The protection was excellent, and Kramer fired that ball out to Rashad, who was all alone on the sideline.
A gain of 19 on the play to the Cleveland 33. A turnaround for the Vikings. 6-8, 8-6. The big turnaround from 3rd to 1st.
And they had a big turnaround this season. They got off to a very shaky start. Then they turned it around, and they've won, what, 5 of the last 6 ball games.
That's right.
Play pass.
Dropping it off out of the backfield is Ricky Young. 25-yard line. A gain of 8. It will be 2nd down and 2. Bill Cower makes the tackle, and the Vikings are on the move. Charlie Hall was also there for the defense.
He was looking downfield on that play pass first to Sammy White, number 85. He wasn't covered, so he automatically went to his secondary receiver, which was that man right there, number 34, Ricky Young.
Ricky Young, formerly with the San Diego Chargers. He was a 7th-round draft choice in '75. Excellent receiver. 2nd down, a little over 2.
They're scrambling for the ball.
Call. Fumble at the bottom of the pile at the 24-yard line.
Good hitting up there by the Cleveland Browns. They jarred that ball loose, but apparently, yes, Minnesota came up with the football, but a lot of good hitting in that play.
And you ready for this? Going for a record, they have lost only 3 fumbles this year. And they have not lost a fumble in the last 6 games.
That is so important. All we have to do is look to the San Diego Chargers, Charlie. But San Diego turns that ball over quite a bit. For Minnesota, the reason they are in first place right now, I think, is because of that statistic.
Only 2 turnovers in the last 6 games. Both of those were interceptions. First down, Ahmad Rashad. And what an afternoon he is having. Clinton Burrell makes the tackle at the 16-yard line. First down, a gain of 9. We were not sure that Rashad would even play, and yet he has started and has had an excellent afternoon.
They're giving him a lot of room, a lot of respect for Ahmad Rashad, because he's had 4 catches for 40 yards. They have been the shorter variety. He's running a sideline pattern on this particular play. You can see Kramer moving out to his left so he's able to see. Good throw by Kramer and a good catch by Rashad. But I look for Rashad to go deep here.
Rashad has not had a touchdown in 10 games. Kramer with a scramble. Clay Matthews brings him down. That will go as a sack, and it will be the first sack of the ball game. When does the scramble stop being a sack? When the quarterback gets to the line of scrimmage. Then it becomes a rushing play.
Well, we're going to see this scramble to be a sack. Number 9 is Kramer. Receivers are covered. You can see right now he's scrambling up, and he does not get by 57 Matthews, who's had really an outstanding year for the Cleveland Browns this year, Charlie.
And for Clay Matthews, that goes down as his 5th sack on the season. Robert L. Jackson back in on defense. Loss of a yard, 2nd and 11. Cleveland 17. 3:54. Time remaining.
Reverse.
It's the reverse. Sammy White, the speedster. And White goes deep. And so a lot of action. A pickup of about 4. Kramer with the lead block. Bradley and Hall with the tackle.
How would you like to depend on a quarterback to get you your key block? Kramer was out in front trying to get a block for Sammy White. He had to throw a block here. Number 9. Well, you see the reverse coming up right here. Number 9 is Kramer. He's trying to throw a block right there on the linebacker, Charlie Hall, number 59. He doesn't do that bad a job. He knew he was going to be in the picture, though, in the film. He didn't want to be running the opposite direction.
3rd and 7. The remaining back is Ted Brown. As Terry LeCount comes in, 3 wide receivers plus the tight end, who is Joe Sitzker. Here's Kramer, 4-yard line, but a flag is down. So if you are a Minnesota Viking fan, hold your breath. Holding against the Vikings.
That's
costly penalty.
Too bad, because that was a quarterback draw, and it was an excellent call in that situation. Taking a couple of steps back, let the defensive line come in, and then pick your hole. He had the first down, but unfortunately for
Holding
Minnesota.
offense, number 61.
Holding on Wes Hamilton, the right guard.
That last play, number 62, Brent Boyd, provided a real key block on the linebacker. It went for naught, though, because they brought the ball back.
61, right-hand corner.
Wes Hamilton. Well, he just grabbed him a little bit.
Yeah.
You're allowed to use your hands, but you can't grab a hold of the jersey of the defensive line.
Particularly if the official sees it. 3rd and 17, back at the 23-yard line. 4 receivers in the batters. Into the corner, could be intercepted. Rashad went for it. Davis says he has it, but there was a marker dropped at the 22. The pass is incomplete in reality. Now we'll sort out the flag.
I think it's in motion or offsides on Minnesota. At least that's the indication.
That would be 2 penalties in a row if it is accepted. That was 3rd and 17.
Illegal motion, number 61 on the offense. Decline of penalty. 4th down.
Makes it 4th down. Wes Hamilton, right guard. That's 2 in a row.
That's right. Kramer's going deep. This ball should have been intercepted. Number 21 is Oliver back there. He's going to Ahmad Rashad. Wouldn't have made any difference. Wouldn't have made any difference had Rashad caught the football. That I don't know why Davis is saying he had the football. The official standing right there. You can see it hit the ground.
Declined a 46-yard field goal attempt by Dan Meyer. From the 36-yard line, and this one is no good. So Dan Meyer misses to the right, so he is 0 for 2, short from 45, missing to the right from 46. We've got 2 minutes and 47 seconds left. Second quarter, Cleveland has the lead. Let me make that perfectly clear. Cleveland on offense, leading in the ball game. Sipe, a little play action. Has time, throwing back across the field to Mike Pruitt, and he has the first down at the 45-yard line. Matt Blair makes the tackle, 22 yards on the play. As we pause briefly for station identification, this is the NBC Television Network.
WKYC TV Cleveland, television home of the Browns.
First and 10 for the Browns at their 45.
This is Charlie Jones, Lynn Dawson, just over 2 minutes left to go. First half, Cleveland with the lead, they're on the move. Mike Pruitt has 5 yards to the 50-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 5. Scott Studwell with the tackle. 2 minutes left to go in the first half, so the 2-minute warning will be given to both benches. The score is Cleveland 7 and Minnesota nothing on a very cold day. The temperature is 21 degrees. Annual Christmas special on Tuesday night on NBC. You had a chance to visit with him yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday he was in San Diego.
Yeah.
He looks terrific.
Doesn't he? What did he say about his golf game?
Well, he was angry because, not angry, but he has some bursitis in his shoulder, and he said, what am I going to do down in Palm Springs for 2 weeks? I can't play golf.
And don't forget that Lon Anderson will also be on the Bob Hope Christmas special Tuesday night on NBC. To Dave Logan, turns, has it. 9-yard line. 41 yards. It'll be first down and goal to go. Excellent mental play first by Dave Logan.
Dave Logan did a great job. This ball is really underthrown. Bobby Bryant, number 20, is stride for stride with Logan, but the thing is, Logan is watching the ball. He was able to come back. Bryant was not able to come back, and Logan came up with another outstanding catch. He's made many, many of those catches in the last couple of years.
Browns with a chance to stretch the margin. Pass to Greg Pruitt. He is out of bounds at the 2-yard line. We're at 2nd and goal to go. They're going after Bobby Bryant, and we've got 1:16 left to go, first half.
The ball is up in the air on that pass to Logan. You're going to see Ryan Sipe is going to get some heat. And he puts that ball up in the air. It's anybody's ball right now. It's up high. It is underthrown. But the important thing is, offensively, the receiver is able to follow it. The defensive man, his back is to the football, and Logan came up with a big catch on the 2-yard line right now. Excellent opportunity to get 6 points.
Sipe now 11 of 17, 147 yards. 1 touchdown pass. That was to Calvin Hill. He rolls right. He can go in. He'll score. Sipe does it. That is the first touchdown that Sipe has scored himself. And it's a 13-0 ball game. A 77-yard drive in 5 plays. The key, the 41-yard pass.
That was a big play by Dave Logan, but that time Sipe had the option of throwing or running. Minnesota really caved down inside. There was nobody outside, so he almost walked into the end zone.
Extra point attempt by Cockcroft. McDonald holding. It is no good. So Cockcroft misses the extra point.
And it was kicked very, very low. That didn't look like there was anything wrong with the snap or the hold.
He had missed 5 this year, 5 out of his previous 40.
Here it is. Sipe faking inside. You can see all the Minnesota Vikings coming inside. A good block by 68 Jackson on the outside on the linebacker. Sipe walks into the end zone for a score.
And we'll be back with a kickoff.
I didn't think you could improve on a Kodak puck.
Does with the Cleveland Browns.
You can see there's some men behind Cockcroft. Now they're coming to the left side. That's where he'll kick it, to the left corner.
They overload the side, and they also are on the dead run. Doug Haskell with the return. He gets a yard to the 25, and that's all, as Curtis Weathers makes the tackle. What is the advantage of the way that they move their kickoff men around, outside of the fact that they are moving with the kick?
Well, when you catch the football in one corner of the field, you're not likely to go all the way to the other side for a return. Generally, you say, even if they had a return to the other side and they kick it way to this corner, they call it off and say, let's go straight ahead. Well, the team that's kicking also knows that. Cockcroft, of course, if he could kick it out of the end zone, they do it that way, wouldn't worry about it.
This kickoff, they've been high and short, but because of that and because of the fact that the kickoffs have good hang time now from the shotgun, actually the Browns lead the NFL defending the kickoff return. Ricky Young out of the backfield. 36-yard line. He'll have the first down. Clay Matthews and Judson Flint make the tackle. 54 seconds and counting. Time remaining, first half. Vikings need to get something going right now. They cannot wait.
They'll call a
44-yard line.
They'll call a timeout right now.
Don Cockcroft, who missed his 6th extra point of the season. Timeout. We'll be back. The preceding announcement was furnished as a public service by the National Football League. Bud Grant, head coach of the Minnesota Vikings. One victory by the Vikings in their last 2 games, or one defeat of Detroit in their last 2 games. And the Vikings are the champions of the Central Division in the NFC. They'll be in the playoffs. He's throwing this one away, and there wasn't a receiver in the neighborhood.
And that's intentionally grounding the ball, really, because he was getting rid of the football. But he did it. He just threw that ball away. The intentionally grounding is if you are throwing the ball to avoid a loss. Shotgun formation. Kramer's here. He's looking to his left. Nobody's open. Just fires that ball over everybody's head into the Cleveland Brown bench.
Going back to what you said earlier, though, he threw it high, not into the ground. Does not draw a flag. It is 3rd down 3. Shotgun. Kramer. Pass complete. First down. Ricky Young out of the backfield. 44-yard line of Cleveland as Clay Matthews and Oliver Davis make the tackle. Gain of 12. First down. Clock is stopped for the timeout. 32 seconds left to go. First half.
Right now, the linebackers of the Cleveland Browns, they're getting back. 57 is Clay Matthews. He's getting good depth. He doesn't want anybody to get behind him. He wants them in front of him. And that's what happens. Young makes the catch. Matthews makes the tackle, along with Oliver Davis, number 21.
Be sure to stay with us. Tight end Joe Sensor. 35-yard line. Has 9. It'll be 2nd down and a yard. Matthews was there. And Clinton Burrell. They go very quickly. Pass is complete again to Joe Sensor. 10 seconds and counting. That is the time remaining. They're in field goal range. Defensively, Ron Bolton and Judson Flint. They stop the clock with 10 seconds left to go in the first half.
I believe they have, is that their last timeout, or they have one more to go?
That's it. Last timeout. Now, the man who made the last 2 receptions, the tight end Joe Sensor, he and Bob Tucker alternate, but in reality, Sensor plays just a little bit more. He was a 6th-round draft choice last year, but was on the injured reserve. He's from Westchester State, where he was basically a wide receiver. 6'4", 238 pounds. They made him a tight end. And the injury last year worked in his favor because he had a goal.
And I'm sure Kramer has been told, nobody's open. Don't hold on to that ball. Just let her fly. You know, throw it out of bounds.
First down at the Cleveland 25-yard line.
They're going out of the shotgun, which I think is a good idea. He's already back there.
That's what he's doing. Standing right. White is to the 4-yard line. The Vikings may not get off another play.
They won't.
He had to go, like you said, for the end zone. Play covered 22 yards, but the clock ran out.
Yeah, but he needed 24 or 25. That's a play.
Downs at the 41-yard line. A return of 16 yards. Marvin Cobb was the man chasing him. So the Cleveland Browns will go to work as we open the third with Brian Sipe at quarterback. He has thrown the touchdown pass to Calvin Hill. That was a 73-yard drive in 10 plays. He scored from 2 yards out. That was a 77-yard drive in 5 plays.
Right now for the Cleveland Browns, they're in excellent field position because of the short kick and the return. 41-yard line. That's excellent field position for the Cleveland Browns.
Will set the cast. Greg Pruitt and Mike Pruitt, the running back. Reggie Rucker, Dave Logan, wide receivers. Ozzie Newsome, the tight end. Offensive line is Deacon, Shepard, DeLeon, Delamolier, and Reiser. 41-yard line. Cleveland in their own territory. Sipe, far side, pass complete. First down, Dave Logan. Just inside the Minnesota 45.
And they take up right where they leave off. The Cleveland Browns are talking about putting that ball in the air, doing the thing that they feel that they can do best. And that's throwing the football. They've got a great deal of confidence in their passing game.
A gain of 15 yards.
First and 10 for the Browns.
Okay, why not? 21 degrees. First down. Officially the 44-yard line of the Vikings. Sipe with all the time. Drops it off to Mike Pruitt. Pruitt will lose a yard on the play. It'll be 2nd 11. Fred McNeil and Bobby Bryant make the tackle.
That was an outlet man that he threw to. He was looking downfield. No one was open. Mike Pruitt just took off to the sideline, turned around and faced the quarterback. The problem with that pass was it was low and behind him. He had to wait for the ball and then get turned around after he caught it to get downfield. The ball should have been thrown toward the line of scrimmage, and he might have picked up some yardage on the play.
Defensive line now. Mulaney, Roller, Sutherland, and Holloway with Blair, Studwell, and McNeil. The linebackers, Turner, Hannon, Knopf, and Bryant in the secondary. Draw. Mike Pruitt. 40-yard line. He has 5. So it'll be 3rd down and 6 as the middle linebacker, Scott Studwell, makes the tackle.
It's not really that cold, believe me. Or is it, sitting down?
It's cold, but the wind is not blowing, and that makes a big difference.
Some of the people said, hey, it's almost like springtime up here today for Minnesota at this time of the year. Calvin Hill into the lineup in the backfield. He scored a touchdown from a pass from Brian Sipe. He comes in. This is his specialty. The situation, 3rd down and about 5 or 6. You'll see Calvin Hill in the game.
The Vikings with 6 men in the secondary. 5 on the pattern. Far side, tight end, Ozzie Newsome through his hands. Incomplete. It'll be 4th down and 6 at the 40. Matt Blair, the linebacker, had the coverage.
They had 3 Cleveland Browns in that area. 1 short, 1 in the middle, and the one in the middle was 82 Newsome, and then a man deep. But that was a well-thrown ball. The ball should have been caught. It went right through his hands.
So Johnny Evans will be kicking. He has not had a punt block this year. Keith Nord and Terry LaCourte, and of course the man, number 31, Eddie Payton. 3 deep on the punt. They expect him to go for the sideline. They're trying to take it away from him, and that's what he does.
And very, very well.
Excellent kick. It will be down around the 2-yard line. A kick of 38 yards with no return. So the Vikings will have the ball at their own 2. 13:01 left to go in the 3rd.
You're going to take a look at this football. He just hits it end over end, but for Cleveland, it's a funny bounce, but it's a very good bounce. Number 80 is Adams. He's in excellent position to drop it on the 2-yard line.
We've got a timeout. We'll be back.
Hey, Norm, when it comes to switching to natural light, add me to the roster.
Tony Jurgensen, good to see you. Did you switch for the all-natural ingredients?
No, I switched for the taste. Natural light tastes better to me.
You old quarter horse, you lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, look at me. If I'd have been in this shape 5 years ago, I might have even run with the ball.
The moves he could have made.
Yeah, like the old quarterback sneeze.
Yeah. Hey.
Natural light. Taste is why you'll switch.
What I know about my car could fit in the glove compartment. I just want someone to work on it I can trust.
My mechanics and I are professionals. We take pride in our work, and that builds trust.
I've always figured the best mechanics use quality parts.
If a part fails, it's my reputation that's damaged. So I use Napa brand parts. Lots of them are better than original parts.
For quality parts you can trust, look for the Napa sign. When the name is Napa, the standard is quality.
College basketball is off to a flying start as America's most exciting premier point guard, Isaiah Thomas and the Hoosiers of Indiana, take on the North Carolina Tar Heels Saturday on NBC.
Last week against Tampa Bay, the Vikings trailed at halftime 10-0. Kramer passed for 201 yards in the second half. They pulled it out and they won it 21-10. He's got to do the same thing again. This time it's Ahmad Rashad with Matthews and Burrell for the Cleveland Browns. 12-yard line, first down.
You're absolutely right about getting things going for the Minnesota Vikings. 98 yards to go, which is a tall duty, a tall task for the Minnesota Vikings to do. They're going to have to do it through the air.
Ahmad Rashad, who just caught the pass when we were talking to him before the ball game, wanted to be sure to say hello to his dad in the hospital in Tacoma. As you know, in the automobile accident, along with his sister and niece who are out of the hospital, wishes his dad well. And boy, Ahmad is playing well today, I'll tell you that. Brown, the ball carrier, with Marshall Harris and Henry Bradley making the stop. 16-yard line, gain of 4. It'll be second down and 6.
The linebacking core of the Cleveland Browns have really been doing a fine job. Number 59 is Charlie Hall, the outside left linebacker. He's been playing very well. And then Ricky Young just goes right by him. Hall makes a hit on the running back, doesn't bring him down, but definitely slows him up. His teammates came along and finished off the job. Charlie Hall has been having a fine year this year for the Cleveland Browns. Here it is. Kansas City is leading Pittsburgh 10-7 in the third quarter. It is snowing very hard in Pittsburgh. The field is covered with ice.
And remember, both the Chiefs and the Steelers still have a long shot to make the playoffs. Sammy White pulls it in, 40-yard line, 24 yards. Ron Bolton makes the tackle, and the Vikings have an offense moving.
We said they had to do it through the air, and that was really an excellent throw by Tommy Kramer, faking the ball on a play-action pass. Has good protection, enabling White to move his way across the middle. Watch this throw, because Bolton is all over it. Perfect throw. White comes up with a catch. Bolton does trip him up, but it's a 24-yard gain for Minnesota. And remember, they started on the 2-yard line.
Sammy White and Ahmad Rashad are the wide receivers. Joe Sitzer now the tight end. He and Bob Tucker alternating. Ricky Young is the ball carrier. Ted Brown is the other running back. Dick Ambrose makes the tackle. That offensive line has Riley, Boyd, Swilly, Hamilton, and Yeri. The defense showing now the 3-4 with Harris, Bradley, and Alzado. The linebackers are Hall, Cower, Ambrose, and Matthews. In the secondary, Bolton, Scott, Darden, and Burrell.
Cleveland Browns defensively really have done an outstanding job. I know I saw them in preseason, and they had a lot of problems switching from the 4-3 defense to the 3-4 defense. But defensively, they've really done an outstanding job.
2nd and 7. Kramer goes deep. First down. Fumble. At the end of the play, they say no. They will rule it, I believe, as an incomplete pass. Rashad never had possession. Burrell is the man who jarred the ball out of his hand. They'll bring it back.
Kramer to Rashad. The ball is there. Rashad is there. They did not have complete possession of the football, and that is what you have to have. And for Rashad, it's a good thing he didn't, because he did fumble. It would have been Cleveland's ball.
Good call by the official. And we point that out because they've had a rocky season this year, but that was an excellent call. LeCount is in as a wide receiver. It's 3rd down and 7 from the shotgun. It is high, but it is pulled down by Ricky Young, and it's a first down. 44-yard line of Cleveland. 14 yards.
They try to put some heat on Kramer by blitzing a linebacker. That last time, the linebacker was Clay Matthews, 57. You see right here. He's in a two-point position, but he's going after the quarterback. But the lineman is there to greet him. Eventually gets to Kramer, as you see right there, but Kramer had enough time to get the football off. This is one of the reasons the shotgun, I think, is good in a passing situation, because he's already set up, and he has a little extra time to survey the defense to see what defensively they're going to do as far as their coverage is concerned.
Kramer has completed 22 of 28, and he completes one more. He's now over the 200-yard mark. Once again, it is Ahmad Rashad with Clinton Burrell there for the defense. It's a first down at the 31, a gain of 13.
Minnesota, as we said, they're a team that'll go coasting along. All of a sudden, they explode, and they're doing it right now, starting on the 2-yard line on the arm of this young man, Tommy Kramer. The ball is high. It sails a little bit on him. But Rashad is an excellent receiver. Concentration personified. He comes up with another big catch for the Minnesota Vikings. Another first down. 31-yard line.
And for Rashad, that is his 6th reception for 65 yards. 9:05 left to go in the third. Pressure screen. Sits to the tight end. Has it. First down. He can score. Does he go in? Yes, he does. From 31 yards out. Ricky Young with the block. And for Joe Sensor, that is his 5th touchdown of the year. That was a 98-yard drive in 8 plays.
We've seen that screen a couple of times in this ball game, faking, rolling one way, going back in the other direction. And here it is right here, faking to the right, to the backs, setting up to the right, now coming around. He's getting pressure from Alzado, but he gets the ball to the big tight end. There's some excellent blocking here by Minnesota. You didn't see a block there, but Ricky Young, 34, made an excellent block, and that block enabled Sensor to get into the end zone with a touchdown.
Now remember, on the second touchdown of the Browns, that Cockcroft missed the extra point. All important extra point attempt now for Rick Danmeyer, who has missed only one this year. No good. He misses it.
Hit the upright. Bounced out of there. That was I have to tell you, that's a big 1 point, considering the fact that Cleveland missed an extra point. That was a great drive by Minnesota, though. They took it 98 yards for a touchdown.
Let's go back to the touchdown that covered 31 yards.
Here it is. Alzado putting the heat on. The ball does get to Joe Sensor, number 81, the tight end. Good blocking by Minnesota. Excellent block right there by Brett Boyd, 62. It's into the end zone for a big, important score for Minnesota.
The margin has been cut to 7 points.
Stadium in Foxborough, the Patriots have scored again in their game against the Bills. Matt Cavanaugh from 13 yards out to Andy Johnson in the arms of Isaiah Robertson, but rolling in for the touch. And the Pats now lead 21-0 in the third. Let's go back to Charlie and Lenny.
Thank you, Brian. An upset in the making there. Danmeyer kicking off to either Keith Wright or Dino Hall. It'll be Dino Hall at the 15-yard line. Dino to the 25, 27. Has 12 yards on the return, and Cleveland will move on offense.
We're talking about playoff possibilities. You just mentioned the 20 Bryant did, the 21-0 New England ahead of Buffalo. It's going to throw that wild card situation up in the air in that division also.
It certainly does.
Kansas City is leading Pittsburgh.
They are still long shot possibility. Steelers still a possibility. Houston, of course, battling with Cleveland for the lead in the AFC Central. On the 27-yard line in their own territory. Tight pass, it's complete. Greg Pruitt. 31-yard line has 4 yards. Matt Blair with a tackle. It'll be 2nd down and 6. And it was Mike Mullaney that was putting the pressure on.
Yes, it was. And Sipe had no choice but to get rid of that ball in a hurry. Number 77, Mark Mullaney, took an inside rush. It was in hot pursuit of number 17, Brian Sipe.
You were talking about the Kansas City Chiefs. What about this? It is now Kansas City 13 and Pittsburgh 7. The Steelers lose and they're out of the playoff picture. 7 men in the secondary for the Vikings. 2nd down and 6.
You saw Brian Sipe yelling. He may be checking off, but this crowd is coming alive right now. It's tough for the receivers to hear the cadence.
And the flag is down. Pass to Pruitt is incomplete. But the flag was dropped where the blocking for Brian Sipe was taking place and the holding to give him a little more time.
Now,
they caught it.
What about old Mo?
Old momentum?
Yes, he seems to be turning around this second half. Minnesota Vikings, they are that type of a team that'll go along, and they don't get out of a ball game. They didn't play that well in the first half, but they weren't out of the football game. 98-yard scoring drive. They're very much in it right now.
Offense, number 73.
Holding on Doug Deacon. By the way, in the 35-year history of the Browns, he is only the 3rd offensive left tackle. Lou Groza and Dick Shafrat preceded him. And well, Deacon has been there for 10 years. Second down and 16.
Could be intercepted.
You are right. It should have been intercepted by Tommy Hannon, but he dropped it. Logan was the intended receiver. Hannon had perfect coverage.
Yes, but Logan did a good thing. He made sure that Hannon didn't come up with the football. Sipe is throwing it. He's throwing it right in the direction of the safety man, number 45, Hannon.
And notice right there, stop it, left hand of Tommy Hannon. He is playing with a cast. He has a broken bone in that left hand.
Well, he's got gloves on both hands, Charlie. It's hard to see.
But there's a cast under one of them. Sipe with time, goes deep. Defender fell down. Ricky Feature, the captain of the specialty team. Out of bounds at the 48-yard line of Minnesota. First down.
He was all alone out there.
One of the defenders fell. I believe it was John Turner that slipped. And then Bobby Bryant came over.
Bobby Bryant is still arguing with the officials over there. See, right there, he fell down, leaving Feature all alone on the sideline. Well, that was a big first down for the Cleveland Browns.
A gain of 29 yards for Ricky Feature. That is only his 8th reception of the season. Logan has come in and Feature comes out.
Look at here, Cincinnati leading Chicago 14-0 in the second period. Remember, Chicago put 61 points on the board against Green Bay last week.
And also remember that Cleveland plays at Cincinnati next week. Now, file this away. If Cleveland loses today, they can still win the Central Division, regardless of what Houston does, if they defeat Cincinnati at Cincinnati next week. Pass is complete far side to Mike Pruitt, and he slips at the 43-yard line. It'll go for 5, 2nd and 5. John Turner was there for the Vikings.
Yeah, John Turner looked like he hurt himself on that play. He's leaving the ball game right now, being replaced by 43, Nate Wright. But he took a pretty good shot, but he slipped as he was going to make the tackle on Mike Pruitt. Might have hurt his shoulder.
Second down and 5. How about that? And Cleveland is a throwing ball club. Greg Pruitt out of bounds, and he's got the first down. Being chased by Kurt Knopf and Matt Blair.
Pruitt still has that quickness, doesn't he?
And he's getting it back. You know, he had the leg operation After about 9 or 10 games last week, I think it's more confidence than anything else.
Well, I think the last couple of years he's been handicapped because of various injuries. And the beginning of the year he was unable to play, but he's playing now and playing very, very well.
He comes out. Cleo Miller comes in. First down, 37-yard line. Browns down in front, 13-6. As the Vikings on their opening drive of the second half with 98 yards. Here's Mike Pruitt. First down. 21-yard line, has 16. Tommy Hannon with the tackle.
Big hole on that play by the offensive line of the Cleveland Browns, giving the ball to number 43, Mike Pruitt. As you can see the blocking up front, Joe DeLongmelier doing a good job. Dom DeLeon doing a good job. Into the secondary, and good hard running, a 16-yard gain for Mike Pruitt. You can see 34 yards on the day.
Dave Roller replacing Doug Sutherland at defensive tackle. First down, Viking 21-yard line. Just over 6 minutes left to go. We're in the third. Into the end zone. It is incomplete. Vikings claiming that they have the interception. Ozzie Newsome, the intended receiver. Mark Mullaney was putting the pressure on.
Taking a look right now, he's intended for Newsome. 45 is the safety man. And it looks like he's hit, Charlie, unless he doesn't have possession of the football. Both feet are in. Take a look right here.
But he has to have possession.
That is
complete control to do any act ordinary to the game of football. Boy, that's a close call. Close call. Sight now has completed 17 of 26. Pruitt, right side, out of bounds. Now let's go back to that possible interception. Another angle.
45 is Tommy Hannon, the safety man. Intended for 82, Newsome. Ball is popped around.
No. Good call by the official.
All right, that's 2 in a row they've done, Charlie. Yes,
his
sir.
shoulder touched the ground out of bounds before possession.
He did not have possession.
Boy.
That is the name of the game right there. Did not have possession right there. But I'm sure Tommy Hannon is going to argue that point, and he did.
Ben Dreist's crew is having a good afternoon, as is our director, John Gonzalez. Way to go, John. Oh, Gonzo is doing the magic. He'll be at the Orange Bowl, by the way, along with our producer, Mike White. Third down.
Blitz is on.
Pass was dropped. Calvin Hill dropped it. It was third down and 4.
He was open. The pass was thrown very low and behind him. The blitz was on, man-to-man coverage out in the flat on Calvin Hill. Matt Blair, 59, was covering him, but the ball was thrown low and behind Calvin Hill. That's one of the problems of not playing, because you get cold. Your hands are cold, as you can see on the sidelines by Calvin Hill. You can see right here. Low, but that pass for Calvin Hill should have been caught.
32-yard field goal attempt by Cockcroft. He's been in a slump. He's only hit 3 of his last 9, and he's missed an extra point. Those are just statistics. He hits from 32 yards away. It is now Cleveland 16 and Minnesota 6. We'll be back with the kickoff in a moment.
I used to run through airports. Now I fly through them. With new Hertz #1 Express service, I fly non-stop from my plane to my car without stopping at the counter. If you ask for #1 Express when you make your reservation, your Ford or other fine car and contract will be waiting at the #1 Express booth. Once again, Hertz puts you in the driver's seat faster than anybody else.
Business has discovered a whole new problem.
Oh, my.
The flood of information.
Help.
How do you use information instead of being inundated by it? You get the Xerox 860 Information Processor. It helps you manage words and numbers. And if you plug it into the Xerox information outlet, the 860 can share huge amounts of information with other office machines through the Ethernet network, giving every organization what it needs most: better organization.
This is Bryant Gumbel in New York at Three River Stadium in Pittsburgh. The Chiefs are enjoying a 13-point third quarter. Nick Lowry making good on a field goal from 50 yards out. The Chiefs are up 16-7. If the Steelers lose, they're mathematically eliminated from the playoff picture. Let's go back to Minnesota and Charlie Jones.
Thank you, Brian. And like Bum Phillips, it won't seem like the playoffs if the Steelers aren't in it.
How are they going to kick the door down if they're not even behind?
They're not on the other side. Cockcroft kicking off. Taken by one of the upbacks. That's Bob Brewer, who's a tight end.
Looked like he didn't know what to do with the ball once he caught it.
The ball was a wounded duck on the kickoff. It was just, you know, Bud Grant took a second look. He's liable to take a shotgun out and fire at it. Carl Weathers made the tackle. All right, Minnesota has the ball just outside their own 31-yard line. So officially, it's marked as the 32, and they have it a first down.
Last time they had the football, they went 98 yards for a score.
And 81 yards of the 98 were through the air.
They're going to put it in the air again, Charlie.
Kramer scrambles. Good scrambler. Now head for the sideline. That's it. Get out. Get all you can and get out.
He motioned with his arm a couple times and froze those linebackers. He didn't have anybody open. He was looking for Bob Tucker, the tight end, out there near the sideline, but he was well covered. Good play by Tommy Kramer.
And I tell you, Charlie Hall and Ron Bolton were looking for him on his sideline, too.
Taking a look at Tommy Kramer, number 9. Now, he wants to go right now. Nobody's open. He's going to make a move right there. That froze the linebacker. Now he's going to get what he can get and get out. He should learn to keep on moving. Even though you hit that white line, that doesn't mean the defensive men are going to stop.
Gain of 5, 2nd and 5. Oliver Davis has replaced Burrell at defensive right corner for the Browns. Ted Brown, he's around the corner, has the first down. And he goes out at the 50-yard line. 13 yards, first down with Wes Hamilton as the convoy. Clarence Scott was chasing him.
You know, when a quarterback hands off, his job isn't over because he has to carry out fakes when you rely on play action passes. Now he gives the ball. Now he continues. See, like he has the ball, he wants to hold the linebacker and the defensive end on that side so they don't get involved in the pursuit and the tackle.
And you just need to hold it for one step.
That's right, just to get their attention. Now, after you do that, you take a look and see where they are. If they don't respect that fake, then later on,
little bootleg, right?
That's what Brian Sight scored on.
Kramer has pressure throws, and the pass is complete. A gain of 5 to the 45. Going again to Ricky Young out of the backfield with Oliver Davis making the tackle. Robert L. Jackson was putting the pressure on as we pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC television network.
WKYC TV, Cleveland television, home of the Browns.
This is Charlie Jones, Lynn Dawson with 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Cleveland 16, Minnesota 6. The margin is 10. And remember, the winner of this game will be in the playoffs. Screen, Ted Brown. He'll get 2, maybe 3 yards, and that'll be all as Clay Matthews was there.
Matthews on the tackle.
All right, that time he was faking, and this was a screen pass. Kramer going back. He's getting set. He never really gets set up. But you see that Jackson is after him. He's watching the play, and he's not, I don't know, he's not too happy with the outcome. But they're in a situation now, 3rd and 3, where they need to pick up a first down.
Ted Brown goes out, and he is limping. The rookie, Doug Pascal, replaces him as a running back. 3rd and 3. 4 receivers on the pattern. It's there. First down. 31-yard line. Sammy White, Ron Bolton, and Oliver Davis had the coverage, but Sammy White was alone.
He was all alone. You know, there's been a lot of slipping out there on the field this afternoon by both teams. I like the composure of Tommy Kramer. I haven't seen him perform so far this year. And he is cool back there. He's behind. He knows he has to throw the football, but he's not getting rattled.
He played his collegiate ball at Rice. He's in his 4th year, #1 draft choice in '77, but only his 2nd year as a starter. 56% passer coming into the game. Ricky Young, 25-yard line, a gain of 6. It'll be 2nd down 4. Dick Ambrose makes the tackle.
He had both Rashad on that side and Young, and what he did, he had Rashad going to the sideline, Young hooking up, and he just read the defense. Whichever way they went, he went the opposite way. They were covering Rashad, so he went to that man, number 34, Ricky Young.
And for Ricky Young, his 9th reception for 72 yards. A couple of defensive changes now. Bill Cowher in at linebacker. Elvis Franks in at defensive end as Jackson and Harris come out. 2nd and 4, 2:40. Time remaining, 3rd quarter. Vikings trail by 10. Into the corner. Incomplete, flag is down. Oliver Davis had the coverage, and we could have face guarded.
You know, I said earlier they've been hitting Rashad on those out patterns and in close. He was going to pump and go deep. That's what he did. He pumped right there, told him to go deep, and he's going deep to Ahmad Rashad. And hits Oliver Davis right in the back.
Defensive penalty. It's an automatic 1st down. They'll mark it at the 20. Let's listen.
Illegal contact, number 21. That's a 5-yard penalty and a 1st down.
Illegal contact is not face guard.
Well, what happened was he ran that out move and he started up, and Oliver Davis knew he was going to be beaten, so he grabbed it, which was a good move on his part. Otherwise, it's 6 points for Minnesota.
Saves a touchdown.
That's right. Take the 5-yard.
Oliver Davis has replaced Burrell at right corner. Ted Brown is back in. Remember a moment ago, he went limping off the field. 20-yard line of the Browns. Fake of the draw. A little play action. Over the middle. Joseph to the tight end. Has it at the 10-yard line. Clarence Scott pulls him down.
Clarence Scott was all over him, but that was an excellent throw by Tommy Kramer going to his big tight end. Number 81 is Joe Sensor. Ground level, looking right there. Look at that throw. Right where it's supposed to be, right on the numbers. A fine reception and a 1st down for the Minnesota.
No, they're going to say 2nd and about a foot.
That's even better.
Sensor going out, 5 receptions, 67 yards. He, by the way, was an outstanding college basketball center. His field goal percentage was almost 70%, which broke Lou Alcindor, now Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's record at UCLA in the collegiate rank. 1st down, Ricky Young, a couple of yards. Now go back to what you said. 2nd and a foot was better than a 1st down.
Well, that's right. They got 2 downs, and they could pick up perhaps, 4 or 5 or 6 yards on that 2nd down situation. They had a free, I want to say, they had a free down. They could do whatever they want.
Right.
They could throw a play action pass or try to get into the end zone in a hurry, knowing that Cleveland is going to be getting in a short yardage situation.
So it is 1st and goal just outside the 8, rather than, in reality, what would have been 1st and goal at the 10. So what you're talking about, they now have a 2-yard advantage. Brown is the remaining back. And he carries, going inside to the 6-yard line. Charlie Hall with a tackle. It'll be 2nd down and goal to go. Now, remember, the Vikings trail by 10. So right now, if you want to consider a tie and possible overtime, they need a touchdown and a field goal. So they could, if they do not go in the next 2, we'll take the field goal right here.
Yes, I would say that Bud Grant would do that.
2nd down and goal.
Cowher comes in. Jackson goes down in the defense. 2nd down, goal to go. 6-yard line. Kramer's pass is knocked down. Good defensive play. Was that Elvis Franks, number 94, that got it? We're not sure. Maybe we can pick it up on the replay, but
he was looking to go to Ahmad Rashad, but he was well covered on the play. Plenty of time. That ball should have been gone if he were open.
Oops. 94, that is Elvis Franks, the man we were talking about. The rookie from Morgan State.
Here we're taking another look. Let's make it, is that 94?
Let's make it 91, Henry Bradley.
Right.
6-yard line, 3rd down, goal to go. It's there. to it. I thought he had it. He was open by a step. The pass was high, and a flag is dropped on the play. Now, that was 3rd down, remember.
Remember, we were talking about possession of the football when the defensive safety man, Tommy Hannon, thought that he had it in the end zone. There was another situation right there. I don't know what the penalty is. We'll find out in just a minute.
And as soon as we know, we'll let you know. In fact, we'll all listen to Ben Drive. All right, now Ben's explained it to both teams. Here we go.
No penalty. No penalty.
Thank you, Ben.
All right, here's the last play. Tommy Kramer going to number 80, Terry LeCount. The ball is high. He has it in his hands. He is hit, and he was stripped of the ball by Oliver Davis, number 21. I think once again, Charles, we're going to have to say an excellent call by the officials.
Yes, they really have had a good day. Rick Danmeyer is in. 14-yard line. An attempt at 24 yards. He is 0 for 2. High snap. It is good from 24 yards away. So the Vikings pull within 7 with 10 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. We'll be back.
We're Exxon. We're Jim Sessom, finding better ways to get electricity from sunlight. We're John Willis, at a promising oil find in Alaska. We're Dr. John Sinfelt, whose work on new catalysts won him the National Medal of Science. We're Illinois coal miners, providing fuel for Midwest power plants. We're Cindy Tate, helping bring a $350 million oil platform into production. We're more than 100,000 people working on energy. We're Exxon.
Gordy, who? You switched to natural light.
Sure, natural light tastes better to me. That's why I switched.
And it's all natural ingredients. Tell me, Gordy, now that you've retired, life's a little more peaceful, huh?
Much more.
2 natural lights, please.
Give me a check.
Check.
Natural light. Taste is why you'll switch.
I'm learning to take it easy.
Him too. Check.
This is Brian Gumble in New York. At Soldier Field in Chicago, the Bears are on the board. Lenny Walderscheid stripping Jack Thompson. Alan Page recovers for a Bear touchdown, but Cincy leads Chicago 14-7 in the 2nd. Meanwhile, at Three Rivers in Pittsburgh, the Steelers are clawing back. Terry Bradshaw, 13-yard touchdown pass to Theo Bell. Chiefs still lead 16-14. It's in the 4th. Let's go back to Bloomington.
Thank you, Brian. And here it is. The Vikings clawing back. They are within 7. Danmeyer kicking off. Keith Wright from the 18-yard line. Flag is down. He goes to the 30, and it'll be 12 yards on the return. The penalty, though, will take a lot of it back. Keith Nord made the tackle. With the penalty flag, that stops the clock with 2 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter, so we'll have 1 play. We'll then go away to commercial, and we'll come back with the 4th quarter. And it is still, I hate to say it, it's a cliche, but it is anybody's ball game.
Oh, definitely so. Minnesota, the last 2 times they had the football, they scored.
Holding number 53 on the run back. 53.
Holding on Bill Cowher. Brian Sipe on the year now has 3,792 yards. His personal high was a year ago, and that was just 1 yard more.
Ryan's doing good, isn't he?
He may do it right here. He likes to throw on 1st down at the Browns' 17-yard line with Mike Pruitt and Cleo Miller in the backfield. But that is a running backfield with Mike Pruitt and Cleo Miller. Mike Pruitt. 22-yard line, a gain of 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5. That is the end of the 3rd quarter. Cleveland 16, Vikings 9. We'll be right back after these messages from your local station.
Tuesday, it's the Bob Hope Christmas Special with Lonnie Anderson, Larry Gatlin, the AP College All-Americans, and Loretta Swit. Followed by the Dean Martin Christmas Special starring Eric Estrada, Andy Gibb, and Beverly Sills. Then it's the Steve Allen Comedy Hour with Larry Wilcox, Anthony Newley, and Steve Lawrence. It's a night of comedy Tuesday on NBC.
Do you believe?
Yes, I believe.
In Genesee.
In Genesee.
Oh, it's mighty fine to be back in Genesee country, where folks all love that good old bluegrass sound. And the taste of Genesee is just like country harmony. It never, never, ever lets you down. So pass the Jimmy round. Do you believe?
Yes, I believe.
In Genesee.
In Genesee.
Yes, I believe in Genesee.
Hey, George, who are you talking to?
I'm calling Sports Phone.
Sports Phone? What's that?
It's that sports number you dial anytime you want up to the minute sports news.
Oh, yeah? What do they say?
3 and 8 won the daily double. Hey, but what about... Tom leads the Open by 2 strokes.
Not
But
bad.
what I want to know is the... Joe just hit one out of the park! Yeah! The world of sports. Sports Phone. Dial 1-976-1313 for up to the minute sports 24 hours a day. That's 1-976-1313.
Catch all the weekend sports action tonight at 11.
This is Charlie Jones, Lynn Dawson. We've got 3 in the books and 1 to go.
Yes, sir. Cleveland Browns, they need to get something moving right here because they have not been able to stop the Minnesota Vikings the last 2 times that Minnesota's had the ball.
2nd and 5 at their own 22-yard line. Mike Pruitt. He will get a yard, whether he'll get 4 yards to the 26. So it'll be 3rd down and still that yard to go as Mulaney makes the tackle.
Well, you take a look on the sidelines, and that's what the coaching staff will do over there, talking to the defensive unit of the Cleveland Browns, telling them some adjustments to make when they get back in the ball game.
Did you notice something? I believe that our cameraman said, would you turn around and show it again? Assistant coach said, no. You notice also the word Mike on it.
Mike means the middle linebacker.
3rd down and 1. If the Vikings hold, of course, they'll come up with the football following the kick. But it is Cleo Miller for the Browns. 1st down at the 29-yard line. 3 tough yards for Cleo. Tommy Hannon makes the tackle.
You know, the Cleveland Browns are known for passing, but Mike Pruitt now has about 938 yards rushing on the season, so he could go over the 1,000-yard mark. That's not in this ball game, but they have 1 remaining with Cincinnati.
It'll be a 1st down at the 29-yard line. The Browns in their own territory. Just over 13 and a half left to go. They lead by 7. They, of course, want the drive to continue. They also want to use up the clock. Mike Pruitt. 6 yards to the 35-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 4. The cheerleaders of the Vikings, and what's this?
They have
nice legs, but they got mucklucks on.
They got what?
Muckalucks. No shoes. Yes.
They're probably the toughest people out here. They may have that on their feet. But the rest of the body gets cold too.
You bet.
You notice the Cleveland Browns, I'm sure that what they did on offensively, they said, hey, they're moving that ball on our defense, so we better go out and establish something and keep our defense on the sideline for a while. I think that's why they're running with the football right now.
The temperature, by the way, is 21 degrees, but there has been no wind today. Cleo Miller. He will be close to the 1st down.
Miller, the ball carrier.
Now, as we check out the 1st down, let's check out the score.
All right, 24-2 in the 4th quarter, New England over Buffalo in a very important game.
That's the Cleveland 1st down at their 40.
Kansas City still leading Pittsburgh 16-14, 4th quarter.
Another very important game for both of them. They're both in the running.
That's right.
The loser of that game will be eliminated from any kind of possibility. But in reality, they both need a lot of help from a lot of winning teams that have to lose for them to qualify. 40-yard line, it was the 1st down. Ozzie Newsome moves outside as a wide receiver. Slot left. Tight pass is low to Newsome. So it will be 2nd down and 10. Matt Blair was there for the defense.
He was going to go to his big tight end, Ozzie Newsome. You take a look at 59 is Matt Blair, the linebacker, who's an outstanding linebacker. And the reason that ball was thrown behind him is because had he not thrown it behind him, number 59, Matt Blair, was in excellent position right here. He reached past. He's getting his drop going at the right angle. He picks up that receiver. He was trying to run a slide-in pattern. Actually, for Ryan Sipe, that was a good pass because had he thrown it right at Newsome, Blair was in position to intercept.
Greg Pruitt is back in. It is second down and 10.
Oh, has he got time to throw?
Goes to Mike Pruitt, and he misses it. Sipe really threw a bad pass with that much time.
He had a lot of time back there. That was not his primary receiver. As you take a look right now, that offensive line's doing a great job of protecting Sipe. Look at him. He's standing back there. Eventually, yes, get rid of the football, and he's going out here to Pruitt, but it's way off its mark.
It is third down and 10. So if the Vikings hold here, we have 11:50 left to go. And the Browns kick. Minnesota could easily have the ball around their own 30-35-yard line. Calvin Hill in that offensive set. He's there as a receiver. He is 33 years of age in his 11th year. #1 draft choice from Dallas. And the pass is complete for a first down.
Ozzie Newsome.
You're right. I wanted to wait.
Number 82, the tight end. Sipe was following him all the way. That was his primary receiver. And here we have him isolated. 82. He's being guarded by John Turner, number 27, the defensive back, man for man. You see right there, he makes the stop and comes back in the opposite direction. And Sipe's timing was excellent. He had the ball there. Turner was just a step away, but that's all that was necessary for the completion.
And why did I spend all that time watching what Calvin Hill was doing?
They're tricking him. He's a decoy.
47-yard line, first down, Viking territory. 11 minutes left to go. Cleo Miller, and he is stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Leading the defense was James White, the defensive left tackle. What are the New York Jets doing today?
Jets are leading New Orleans 20-14 in the fourth period.
And what are the Saints doing?
They same thing they've been doing every week.
Be 0-15 if they don't look out. However, they really have played better the last couple.
I've been on a couple of teams, teams have had losing seasons, but that has to be murder for a player.
Oh, gain of a yard, second and 9. I'll just casually mention it this time. Calvin Hill is in the backfield. Sipe to throw. Calvin Hill open over the middle. First down at the 35-yard line. Gain of 11. Nord and Brune with the tackle.
You mentioned that number 35, Calvin Hill, was in the game. They don't go to him all of the time, Charlie, but they went to him that time. They had Ozzie Newsome clearing out the area, and they had Ozzie Newsome coming into the middle. See the offensive line protecting for Sipe. Blair was blitzing on the play, but it was an excellent throw to Calvin Hill. Another big first down for the Cleveland Browns.
And for Calvin, that is his third reception. He has total 44 yards, and he has a touchdown, his 6th of the year. It's at the 35-yard line. 9.5 minutes now left. Sipe goes deep. Reggie Rucker in zone. Incomplete. John Turner had the coverage on Reggie Rucker.
That was one of those plays kind of like Dave Logan. You remember that in the first half where he came up with it? It was underthrown somewhat. So was that play. Rucker was looking at it all the way. Turner was the man that was defending against this long bomb. See Rucker following it all the way. He sees it. The defensive man does not. And Turner did a good job of stripping him of the football.
What was the tight end doing?
Well, they were going deep. 82 Newsome is staying in the block, but he didn't do a very good job of it. Mulaney went right by him.
Second and 10. Keith Wright is in as a wide receiver. Greg Pruitt.
Good move. Oh, that looked like face mask. Yeah.
Fighting his way in the face mask could well add some yardage.
They had 3 flags were thrown. There were 3 officials that saw that play. Yeah, Pruitt was going in one direction. All of a sudden, he stopped and was going in the other direction because somebody grabbed a hold of the face mask. which means an automatic first down. Here it is, number 34, Greg Pruitt. He's hit. He avoids that tackle. Right there, right there. 43 is Nate Wright. Got a hold of the face mask.
Now it is either a 5 or a 15. It's a 5-yard if you grab it. It's 15 if you jerk it. He grabbed it. It's 5, first down.
Personal foul, face mask, number 43. That's a 5-yard penalty and a first down.
I like the way Ben Wright.
Hey.
You know, there's no doubt about it. He tells you, doesn't he?
He did.
Good referee.
He did at that.
Yes. Mike Pruitt and Cleo Miller are now the running backs, 22-yard line. Dave Logan is back in as a wide receiver. Now 9 minutes and 16 seconds.
A good drive for the Cleveland Browns. Really is. They're converting on third down on this particular drive. Sites are doing a great job.
Mike Pruitt.
Wow, did he bust through there?
Oh, he'll have the first down. Let's see where they mark it. Fred McNeil makes the tackle.
What about the Steelers? They aren't going down easily. It's 21-16. Pittsburgh is now in front. Rocky Blyer, an 11-yard run, put the Steelers in front of Kansas City in the fourth quarter, 21-16.
Change coming out for the measurement.
Mike Pruitt really flew through that hole that time.
And he's from your alma mater.
That's right. Purdue University.
12 carries, 61 yards for Mike.
They're going to try to get him that 1,000 yards.
Well, let's see, what does he need? 895 coming in. Yeah, he can pick it up.
He's got about, I know he
What's
had
he got total?
56, 956. Well, if he breaks one.
He's 44, breaks one for 44, he's got it, right? But he also has the game next week at Cincinnati.
I think the Browns are only concerned about this 13 yards that they have to go to get into the end zone.
Second down and just about a foot. This could be a free down. Sites could throw in the end zone. That's what Lynn Dawson would do. And Mike Pruitt picks up the first down. You like that on a free down, though, don't you? You like that kind of situation.
I would consider that a free down, yes, because second and real short, you have to have enough confidence in your offensive line that you can pick up a foot or less than a foot on the next down if you don't get it. So take a shot at it. Make sure that you don't get tackled behind the line of scrimmage. If you get any heat, just throw the ball out of the end zone.
And the clock still moving. 8:13 and counting. Greg Pruitt comes back in.
This is the big down, Charlie. First down inside the 10-yard line.
Goal to go. Play it. Pass is complete. Mike Pruitt does not go in.
They rolled it down.
The one. Second down and goal to go. And Sipe ran to the bench and motioned everybody over. What's he motioning
He wants
for?
the tight ends in the ball game, a short yardage situation. He wants the goal line offense in there, and that's what he's getting. Play action pass. I said first down is really important because it's difficult to run 8 yards in 3 plays. Gets the ball. The 43, Mike Pruitt, who's been very important in this drive. He's down right there. Now the ball coughs up. It's a good call once again by the officials, Charlie. Before the Browns threatening to go in.
Mike Pruitt is in the end zone.
Cleo Miller.
Excuse me, Cleo Miller, I'm sorry. And for Cleo, that is his 3rd touchdown of the year. His first to the ball game. An 83-yard drive that used up a lot of time. 16 plays.
Boy, that kid is busy.
Here it is, going into the end zone. They didn't need much. Just get a standoff by that offensive line, giving the ball to number 30, Cleophas Miller. And with his momentum going forward, he goes into the end zone. That is a big, big touchdown for the Cleveland Browns.
That makes it 22-9. Cockcroft will attempt the point after.
Oh, there we go.
It is good.
Well, they got a flag. It might be too much time.
All right, well, let's hold the phone. Let's hold the phone. There's a flag down. We talked about the clock. It is holding against Cleveland. Now, on that drive of 83 yards is 16 plays. They used it more than half a quarter. 7 minutes and 54 seconds on that drive. just as important as the score.
Well, I'll tell you, it hurts the offense of Minnesota because they've been...
Holding number 59.
Holding on Charlie 59. Hall.
The wingman holding. That's a no-no.
That's almost 8 minutes on that drive. Woo!
Means Minnesota's been standing on the sidelines. They're cooling off, and they know they've got to go in and score a touchdown.
Now an extra point attempt of 29 yards.
It's blocked.
It falls through.
It was touch.
When you're hot, you're hot. It was touch and go. We've got a timeout. It is 23-9. We'll be back with a kickoff in a moment.
If fire strikes your home, you should have the superior insurance protection of the Hartford's Value Right program. It can provide the full replacement value of your home and its contents. Value Right protects you from fire, theft, and inflation. To protect your home, business, auto, or life, call an independent agent who represents the Hartford for a quote. The Hartford. Let us protect your world.
America's not going to be pushed around anymore.
Dodge announces an historic breakthrough, the new Omni Miser with the highest highway mileage any American car has ever achieved. Miser squeezes out more gasoline mileage than Toyota Corona, more than Honda Accord, more than VW Rabbit, more than the World Car four-door Ford Escort, and at a lower price, only $52.99. Omni Miser at your Dodge Ram dealer.
Now Dodge fights high interest rates with 6% off all new 81 cars. Get $325 to $1,000 direct.
Payton's longest kickoff return this year is 59 yards. He needs to bust one right now. Look at that.
Yes, sir. 7:54. Time of possession for the Cleveland Browns, plus scoring a touchdown.
Now remember, 7:16 left to go in the ballgame. This will be the first time that Minnesota's had the football in the fourth quarter. 14-yard line for Payton. He returns it to around the 23, maybe the 24-yard line, where Bill Cowher makes the tackle.
Looked like he ran right into a wall. He was starting to fly up there, and he just came to a sudden stop.
Clock is stopped on the change of possession. 7:08 left to go. We've got a timeout on the field, so we'll be going away in just a moment. We'll be back with the Vikings on the attack.
You know, I was known for working long and hard during training camp. Why, even after my teammates were asleep, I'd still be out practicing my moves, and that's still important. So I drink light beer from Miller. Light tastes great. It's got a third less calories than a regular beer, and the best thing is it's less filling. Because, listen, I still train the same way as the old days. Practice, practice, practice.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
Here's another Radio Shack Christmas gift collection. 14 exciting new electronic games priced from $12.95 to $39.95. Fast action games with electronic sound effects. There's football, basketball, baseball, golf, shooting gallery, and more. Challenging entertainment for kids 6 to 60. Play alone or with a friend for hours of fascinating fun. The big electronic game assortment, available only at Radio Shack, your Christmas electronics store.
It's the Bob Hope Christmas Special with Lonnie Anderson, Larry Gatlin, the AP College All-Americans, and Loretta Swit. A Christmas surprise from Ho Ho Ho.
Is this part of saving me?
Tuesday.
That's the Bob Hope Christmas Special Tuesday night. And you know, it really isn't Christmas without Bob Hope.
I couldn't get over how great he looked. Yeah,
we saw him yesterday at the San Diego game, and he really did look super. Vikings now from their own 28-yard line. I may have said 23, I mean 28. Pass complete. First down, 44-yard line. He goes to Terry LeCount. Bolton was there for the defense. Check the scoreboard.
Looky here. Could it be the first? They're leading the Jets 21-20 in the fourth quarter. Bear in mind they are 0-14.
Changes in the defensive line as Ron Cruz and Elvis Franks are in. Pass is complete. Tight end, Joe Sensor. 48-yard line, gain of 4, second down 6. Dick Ambrose makes the tackle.
They got their hurry-up offense, which I think is an excellent idea. They had 2 plays called when they went and got possession of the football. They'll probably call, I would think, call 2 plays right here. If they're going to throw the ball and it's completed, then line up on the ball and get started again. If it isn't completed, the clock is stopped anyway and come back to the huddle.
Eagles leading by 7. They're already in the playoff. Kramer now has completed 30 of 40 for 298 yards and a touchdown. Second and 6. He'll scramble. He's right on the line of scrimmage. He had to run for it then. He got caught earlier in the ball game. Elvis Franks got on him. Now, in the rule book, when the quarterback is running and the quarterback slides, you can only touch him down. You really can't jump on him like you can a running back.
Well, I
That's
guess
a
you
rule book call.
to Elvis Franks, number 94. No one got open. He was trying to bide his time, but he saw that he was beyond the line of scrimmage, and he had to get there, right there, whammo.
Cannot do that.
It's not very nice.
Personal foul on the defense, number 94, late hit.
Takes the ball to the 30-yard line, first down. And do you know why that rule is in the book?
Tell me why.
Because you should tell me. Because you are the man that got hit.
Gentle Ben Davidson.
Ben Davidson.
I remember that.
And he nailed you, didn't he?
He tried to.
He really did try to.
And I think he did.
Sammy White, 10-yard line. Good open field tackle by Clarence Scott. The ball is inside the 8. It'll be first down and goal to go.
Well, I said I really like the composure of Tommy Kramer. He's staying back there getting some heat, but he makes an excellent throw to Sammy White. Look at here. Lofts it right over one defensive Cleveland Brown into the arms of Sammy White right there. An excellent throw. Clinton Burrell, 49, was up front. Clarence Scott, number 22, is deep, and he put it right between the two of them for a big completion. And they are moving. 23-yard gain.
7-yard line. First down goal to go. Pressure's on. Drops it out. He gets it to Ted Brown. Brown gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Vikings are right back in it. Bill Cowher was putting the pressure on.
That was a great reception and run. It was a low throw, a tough one to catch, and he broke the tackle of Charlie Hall, the linebacker out there, and jumped into the end zone. Minnesota is right back in the ball game with 5:01 remaining in this football game.
72-yard drive, 5 plays, steps out.
That's why it was so important for Cleveland to hold that ball for almost 8 minutes and score a touchdown, because the defense of the Browns has not been able to stop Minnesota. 2 minutes, 13 seconds, that's all it took to get 6 points. Wow, what a lousy
snap, and it's blocked. Oh, boy, what a big play for the Cleveland Browns. The Vikings now trail by 8 rather than 7.
That was a terrible, terrible snap by the center. Did you see the holder had to jump up in the air, looked like a knuckleball to come up with the catch and get it down. By the time it got down, it was too late.
Is he upset?
Well, he should be.
And McDonald Odin is the man who blocked it. We have 5:01 left to go. 23-15. Cleveland leads. The margin is 8 points.
This front-wheel drive Dodge Aries K Coupe has America's highest 6-passenger mileage and lowest 6-passenger price, $58.80, with its rich custom-pleated interior. Or equip Aries the way you like. Automatic transmission, power steering, deluxe wheel covers, white walls, AM radio. Choose the ones you want or take them all for only $65.95. 4-door, $100 additional. Aries K at your Dodge Ram dealer.
Now Dodge fights high interest rates with 6% off all new 81 cars. Get $325 to $1,000 direct.
For whatever you need, take the first step. The Bell System Yellow Pages.
For the food after my baby walked down the aisle.
For the photographer who told us all to smile.
We took the very first step. For this chauffeur limousine.
And And a honeymoon, that's simply a dream. We took the very first step.
The first step puts you steps ahead, saves time, money, energy. So let your fingers do the walking.
It's the very first step. The first step.
.501 left. Onside kick possibility? Yes. No. It's just a squid kick trying to break up the rhythm. But it does. Browns will just fall on it at their own 26-yard line. Coming up next on NBC Sports, the exciting second half of today's doubleheader with the Oakland Raiders battling the Denver Broncos, or the Colts taking on the Dolphins. So check your local listings, the games and time in your area, all here on NBC Sports. Better idea, just stay with us, and you'll know what the second game is when it comes on.
Number 58, Jim Langer, center. He's the one that snapped on that extra point. He's replacing Huff, who is a regular snapper, but he's out with surgery. But Jim Langer's an all-pro center.
He snapped one against you all of that.
Yeah, I remember
game that went on forever on Christmas Day, right?
I wish he'd have snapped it like that when Miami beat Kansas City many years ago.
From the 27-yard line, Mike Pruitt gets the call.
Did you notice?
30-yard line has 7, 2nd and 3. Studwell with a tackle. I imagine they'll stay on the ground. They just want, they want that clock to move.
But did you notice that Pruitt, when he got through the hole, he had both arms around that football? Boy, what a big play that was, that extra point. 8-point difference with 4:30 remaining in this football game.
Now, you mentioned a couple of times Cleo Miller, who scored a touchdown in the ball game. One of the reasons that he carries in short yardage situations is the fact that he does not fumble. Will we see him carry in this drive because of that fact he does not fumble?
That's right. Plus, he's an excellent blocker.
Mike Pruitt, 35-yard line. Studwell again was there. It'll be 3rd down and a couple. But the clock is moving. 3:56 and counting. And time is running out on the Minnesota Vikings in this ball game. But remember that Detroit takes on Tampa Bay at home later on today. And next week, Minnesota is at Houston, and Detroit plays the other Bay, Green Bay. And any combination of a Minnesota win in the last 2 games or a Detroit loss would put the Vikings in the playoffs as the champion of the NFC Central. A Cleveland win here today means that they are in the playoffs. They have the first down. Pruitt picks it up. That is Mike Pruitt, and the clock continues on its inexorable march.
That time, number 30, Cleo Miller, was in that ball game. He made a good block on the linebacker. Made sure the linebacker did not get any penetration, and then Pruitt made the first down. That is a big first down for the Cleveland Browns. Less than 3 minutes remaining in this football game. They have an 8-point lead. What they have to do now is hold on to the football and do not give it to the Minnesota Vikings. And I look for Sipe to keep that ball on the ground.
And the old riverboat gambler himself, Sam Ritigliano. Sipe is using all of the 30-second clock. Sam does not want to delay a game. 4 seconds on the 30-second clock. 41-yard line, gain of a couple, 2nd and 8. Mike Pruitt. He carries. Scott Studwell makes the tackle. And now the clock reads 2:23 and counting. As you can see, the 30-second clock is not started. But Cleveland will stay in the huddle except for one small fact. Vikings call a timeout, and they stop the clock. We have 2 minutes and 18 seconds left to go. The Browns lead it 23-15. If they win, they're in the playoffs. We'll be back.
All over America, do-it-yourselfers are becoming Stanley super doers. They're doing bigger things, and they're doing them better and better. They depend on Stanley tools for measuring things right, for shaping things right, for making joints fit right. Tools that work right are made by Stanley, the do-it-yourself company.
Stanley, we want to help you do things right.
For a super deal on the NFL Thermos jug and mugs, look for specially tagged Stanley tools.
On my weekly New York television show, I advise people on the best restaurants, gourmet food, and fine wine. Of course, advising about wine can be difficult, but a wine I confidently recommend is Hearty Burgundy from Ernest and Julio Gallo. A delightful wine with a most enjoyable taste. The truth is, the more you know about wine, the more you appreciate Gallo.
Hearty Burgundy from the winery of Ernest and Julio Gallo.
It is Cleveland out in front, 23-15. The margin 8 points, 2:18 left to go in the ball game. Mike Pruitt needs 28 yards to reach the 1,000-yard mark this year. Steve Dance, our NBC statistician, Ron Cadwell, and Jim Plumadahl, our two spotters today. Thank you, gentlemen. Outstanding job here in Viking territory.
Looky
nice
here.
To throw on second base. It's intercepted. Oh, my. Bobby Bryant has the interception, and that is his 50th interception in his 12-year career. Rucker, the intended receiver. He threw it right to him.
That was supposed to be a screen pass to Cleo Miller out in the left side. He was covered. The outlet man is Reggie Rucker, and that's who Bryant's side went to. But he did locate that receiver. And I am really surprised that he even bothered to put the football in the air. Cleo Miller, number 30 to the right of your screen. That's who he wanted to go to, but he was well covered by a linebacker, and he hit Bobby Bryant right in the stomach with the football.
Am I right? That is the Browns' first turnover of the ball game. Yes. Cleveland 47-yard line, first down. 2:12 left to go. The Vikings down by 8. Pass is complete to Bob Tucker, and he holds on as Judson Flint takes him right over his shoulder.
There's Brian Sipe talking to Jim Schaffner, the offensive coach of the Cleveland Browns, trying to explain why he threw that ball to Bobby Bryant.
We've got a timeout, the 2-minute warning given to both pitchers, and we'll be back in a moment.
When I was a kid working this old gas pump, I never thought I'd be back here telling you that Pennzoil saves gasoline. But now, that same Pennzoil that protects your engine saves you gas. Pennzoil has added gas savings to their regular multi-weight oils, and they've done it at their regular price. That way, more people can afford to save gas.
Gas-saving Pennzoil. Quality in every extra mile.
When high interest rates keep America from buying the fuel-efficient cars it needs, it's time to do something about it. Starting now, when you buy a new U.S.-built 81 Chrysler, Plymouth, or Dodge passenger car on credit, you can deduct 6% from the sticker price, including options, because we think the interest rates are 6% too high. That number will move up or down depending on a significant change in the prime interest rate. Make your best deal, then get $325 to $1,000 direct from Chrysler. We'll help you buy the car you want.
I'd like to welcome you back to our NFL 80 studios in New York. I'm Brian Gumbel. The Jets have succeeded in putting the S back in Saints. They have managed to allow the Saints to win a ball game, and this is the 15th week. The Saints, winners over the New York Jets by a score of 21-20 in the snow of Shea. Here's the winning score, trailing 20-14. The give to Tony Galbraith from a yard out. He takes it in, and the Saints have victory number 1 of 1980. Let's go back to Bloomington and Charlie Jones.
And a little applause for the New Orleans Saints. Congratulations. Pass is complete. Rashad. 19-yard line for Ahmad Rashad. 18 yards on the play. Boy, the Vikings are hot. 153.
They're moving that ball right down the field. We have a Cleveland Brown player on the ground. That's number 20. That's Flint. Judson Flint down holding his leg.
Another final is New England 24 and Buffalo 2.
Run that back one more time. New Orleans did what? They beat the Jets 21-20.
I didn't get the finals. They won. And that's their first win. And we've got a timeout. And we'll be back in a moment.
Let me tell you something about blue jeans. You get in a jam up here and you got real problems. That's why I always go for the best tools, like this saw and my Levi's blue jeans. You see, tree bark will chew through most anything, but these jeans bite right back. And Levi's blue jeans got a fit that's made for work, and that's real important when the changing room's 200 feet down.
Light beer, Mr. Monaconti.
And I switched to natural lights.
You switched from that other light beer?
Yeah, I think natural lights got the taste that leaves them all in the backfield.
You bet, and there's nothing artificial in this less filling beer. It's made with only natural ingredients.
The real point is taste. Besides, since I switched to natural light, I'm making a name for myself.
Hey, Nick Bonaconti! Where? I know him.
Natural light. Taste is why you'll switch.
Coming up next on NBC Sports, the exciting second half of today's doubleheader. You'll see either the Oakland-Denver game or the Miami-Baltimore game, so stay with us today. Tommy Kramer has completed 77% of his passes in this ballgame. Judson Flint was the injured player. He's been replaced by Autry Beeman. 77% for Tommy Kramer. It's not too shabby. 357 yards. And the first down at the 19. Looping it into the corner, incomplete. That's a pass that only Sammy White could catch if he was a little bit taller. But it cannot be intercepted. Stops the clock, 1:48 remaining.
Kramer just got rid of this football. He was looking to go to the right side. It's number 85. You see in your screen, that's Sammy White. He is not open. He's well covered by Clinton Burrell, number 49. So he just unloaded the football, throwing it out of bounds, stopping the clock, making sure Cleveland does not come up with it.
Second and 10 at the 19. There's the time. 1:48 left to go.
They can go to the end zone, Charlie, because they need 2 scores. So 3 points here is as good as a touchdown.
It is dropped off to Ted Brown. Brown struggles for the sideline, taking a couple of Brown players with him, including Clay Matthews, who weighs in at 230 pounds. And he stops the clock.
Here it is, Kramer going back to throw, and he's going to hit Ted Brown. 23 is back. And he really does an excellent job. He goes to the inside, and then he says, wait a minute, I'm supposed to get out of bounds. And there he is, carrying Clay Matthews out of bounds.
He does, doesn't he?
When you consider that Brown is 200 pounds, Matthews is 230.
They're in different divisions. For Kramer, that was his 35th completion of the game. That ties his personal high. Third down, 3. Throws, it's there, touchdown. For Ahmad Rashad, that is his first touchdown in 10 ball games. His 4th of the year.
That is amazing. That's all that he had. But credit that offensive line with great pass protection for the quarterback, Kramer. Number 58, Jim Langer. And remember, the last time that they scored a touchdown, the kick was blocked because the center, the snap was a high, wobbly one, and the holder had to jump up in the air to get it down. Generally, you try to get this off in 1.4 seconds. The time that center snaps the ball until you kick it, 1.4 seconds. Another bad snap.
But it's good. And also remember that Bobby Bryant set it up, started the drive with his interception. A 47-yard drive in 5 plays. Guess how much time it took? 37 seconds.
Well, Bryant Sipes' interception, it puzzles me because they had an 8-point lead. Minnesota would have to score twice. One of them would have to be a touchdown. And one thing you don't want to do, the one thing is give the ball to the opposition. If they're going to get anything, make them earn it. And to keep the ball on the ground, it would have wasted some of the time that was on the clock. And that's the big factor right now. You're going to look right now at an onside kick by the Minnesota Vikings. And if Cleveland recovers, they'll be in excellent position as far as field position is concerned.
This is Charlie Jones, Lynn Dawson. We have 1 minute and 35 seconds left to go in the game. The Vikings have pulled within one. Here is the touchdown scored just seconds ago.
And Tommy Kramer, the quarterback, has all kinds of time back there. Look at him pumping. Finally gets it to Ahmad Rashad, number 28, who's having a super day today. His first touchdown, you say, in 10 ball games.
And that is his 9th reception of the day. The reason that we have the 1-point difference is that there was a missed extra point. There have been 2 missed extra points, 1 on each side. Is that right? Yeah.
Make it 3.
3? 3?
Cleveland missed 1, and Minnesota 2.
That's going to stay for the kicker. All right, Dino Hall is the D-back, which you can forget about him. Dan Meyer, onside kick. Has to go 10 yards before the Vikings can recover. It was first touched after it went 9 yards, so automatically the ball goes to the Cleveland Browns. Dan Meyer simply did not kick it hard enough.
Ryan Sipe, the last time they had the football, threw it. And I'm sure he is questioning that decision right now. Of course, he isn't calling the plays. The plays are coming in from the sidelines unless, you know, it's an automatic at the line of scrimmage. I do not look for Sipe to put the football in the air right now. 1:35 remaining in this football.
The ball at the Minnesota 44-yard line. Cleveland has a first down. 1:35 left to go with Mike Pruitt and Cleo Miller, the running back.
They're blitzing. They're coming up after him with the linebackers.
Cleo Miller to the 41. He has 3. It'll be 2nd down 7. The Vikings stop the clock right here.
They had the linebackers coming. Everybody was going after it. They've got to stop Cleveland. And they did on that first down. They're going to have to stop them from making a first down. All Cleveland has to do, really, is make a first down, and the game should be over. That is providing that they don't turn over the football by a fumble or an interception.
Now, you've been in these conversations. What are they really saying? Particularly when they say, hold on to the football, don't fumble? I mean, is it that kind? Or do they talk specific plays?
They'll specific plays because that last play, Minnesota came with their linebackers. So you're going to call a play that is going to be covered, a safe play, and he's going to say, now remember to remind those backs to hold on to the football and remind that offense no penalties. We do not want to stop the clock. If the clock is going to be stopped, let Minnesota call a timeout.
And they being the Minnesota Vikings, can stop the clock one more time. They have 1 timeout remaining. Also remember this, if the Browns hold on to this 1-point victory, they are in the playoffs, but the championship has not been decided. That will be decided next week. If they defeat Cincinnati, they are the champions. If they lose next week and Houston wins their last 2, including today, last we heard Houston was leading in the ballgame, then Houston is in, and the Browns would be the wild card. Mike Pruitt, flag is down. That stops the clock. 36-yard line. Kurt Knopf with the tackle, but the clock is stopped. Here's the Houston final.
All right, Houston wins it 22-3, which means it is going to go down to the last week as far as determining the championship of the AFC Central Division.
Illegal motion against the Browns. President of the Cleveland Browns, Art Modell. He should not be that worried.
Well, he wasn't a couple of minutes ago. He was smiling, but not now.
He does worry, though. He does worry. Nice man.
What did I just get through saying to the Browns? You can't turn the ball over or have a penalty because that stops the clock. 1:23. Now, they threw the left.
On the offense, the right tackle.
The right tackle is Cody Risen.
And also bear in mind, the play went way to the left. He really wasn't involved in the play, but here again, it could be that maybe because of the noise, he didn't hear the count. But if you're away from the play, if anything, be late instead of early.
2nd and 12. 1:23 left to go. Vikings still with 1 timeout remaining. Mike Pruitt, 43-yard line. He has 3. It'll be 3rd down and 9. The Vikings will take the timeout here as Tommy Hannon makes the tackle. Vikings They're out of timeout. However, it will be 3rd and 9, so they can run a play, they being the Cleveland Browns, and say that takes 10 seconds. 5 seconds to set the clock. They can wait 30 seconds before they kick. So the Vikings will end up possibly with the football, neighbor their own 20-yard line, with about 25 to 30 seconds left to go and no timeouts. And they have to get within field goal range because they trail by 1. However, a first down changes all of that.
First down, the game is over.
Yeah. Do you throw?
No, I wouldn't throw.
3rd and 9?
No, I would take the percentages of running a play and letting that clock round down. You can even take a delay of game because punting from that area, the important thing is don't get the punt blocked.
Good point.
Punting from that area 5 yards really doesn't make that much difference. But I would keep it on the ground and punt that ball. The worst thing you do is kick it into the end zone, and now Minnesota's got to go 80 yards to get some points. No timeouts.
Let me bring up just one other factor. When they get it, after this play, if they have to punt, and they're letting the clock go, and say there's no game, say it's 4th and 9 or 10, the Vikings can go offside, 5-yard penalty, but it stops the clock. And that does not carry an automatic first down. Calvin Hill is in, and he is a receiver. 3rd and 9. They run with it. It is not there. 36-yard line. It is not a first down. Studwell makes the tackle, but it is a 4th down and less than 5, so that takes away that possibility. 1 minute and counting. Time remaining.
A lot less than 5 yards to go.
Oh, yeah.
Charlie, it looks like a yard to go or
Just
so.
a yard, maybe 2.
Now, what about your riverboat gambler? He may be going for it right here and running with the football.
You bet.
Either that or wind that clock down. 45 seconds remaining in the ball game. 20 on the 30-second clock.
Now,
Ryan Sipe is looking at the sideline. He's also looking at the clock. He may let it go down to say 1 second, call timeout. Look at him. He's locating the official.
4th down and a couple.
He's going to let 1 second go and said call timeout. 2.
That's interesting.
Give it to me. All right.
With 1 second to go, so Cleveland takes a timeout.
Now they got an opportunity to go to the sidelines and make a decision. And they ran the clock down just like they would have if they'd been back to punt or run the football.
What about a field goal attempt? 36?
No.
Plus 7? No, that'd be way up in the 50s. No, you don't want to do that. A wild finish in the ball game that we had yesterday with Seattle.
That's right.
Scoring after the game was over. And interesting, even though the Chargers won it, the margin was only 7, which becomes the 5th tiebreaker. That makes their margin, the differential, 26 points over Oakland in case you end up with identical records. Oakland, second half of the doubleheader to most of the country, they are at Denver. Now, 23 seconds left to go. The clock will be stopped on the change of possession if Cleveland does kick.
Well, they've got 2 yards to go.
Why not gamble on a
snap to the fullback?
On the snap to the fullback, and you go, and if you got the first down, the game is over.
Well, because they're not going to be returning the ball. They're going after it. They're going after it by rushing the kicker. They got 11 men up there trying to block it. That's their only hope right now.
And in addition, Dick Ambrose is the blocking back. High snap. Just a lazy floater that goes into the end zone.
All right, now what is going to happen now for Minnesota, what they have to hope for is like yesterday, Charlie, a long pass with just 14 seconds remaining, a long pass and a penalty on the Cleveland Browns, which would keep the game going. That's their only hope right now.
A penalty on the defense after time is run out extends the period. Penalty on the offense does not extend the period.
You'll watch the Cleveland Browns secondary. They will be 30 yards deep, I'm sure, saying, all right, let them catch the football. We're not going to create any penalties, and we'll tackle them with 14 seconds and no timeouts. They got 3 men on the side. That's what they're going to do.
They'll go deep to the far side. It is a lateral. 5 seconds, 6, and out of bounds. They are at the 46-yard line of Cleveland. They have 5 seconds. And what about
flicker pass is what it was, throwing it and lateraling it back to the trailing back, and it worked that time. 10 rounds. Number 23 taking it down. They've got another shot, Charlie. Now they're going to throw that ball up in the air and hope for a miracle, either a catch or a defensive penalty.
Art Modell is worried, and you can see what. 5 seconds to go. A 20-yard pass, sideline, 15-yard pass, stops the clock with 1 second to go. Field goal would win it.
Up in the air.
Going deep.
They're hoping.
Tip, caught, touchdown. You're kidding. The Vikings, they win it. Time is run out. Minnesota, they are the champions. Ahmad Rashad. Everybody in the booth is saying they win the title. I've already told you, they win the title. For the 11th time, Bud Grant wins the Central Division.
They said a miracle, and that's what they got that time. 3 receivers on the same side. Kramer just threw that ball as long and as far, as high as he possibly could. And the man who's been doing it all day long, Ahmad Rashad. Second touchdown. This one wins it for the Minnesota Vikings and wins the Central Division.
Absolute bedlam. Kramer throws for a total of 456 yards. Now we still have the extra point. It is academic. The officials have put the ball at the 2-yard line. I think the Browns have, almost all of them have gone in. Ahmad Rashad. Unbelievable.
What was that, his 10th or 11th reception for the ball game?
We'll give you Rashad's individual total.
Here it is. This is a miracle play right here. Kramer going back. He has 3 receivers on the same side. It's high. It's far. It's going to be knocked around down there. Here, right here. A Cleveland Browns grabs it. Rashad with one arm grabs it. And goes in. Number 28, Ron Bolt, the defensive back of Cleveland, was also there.
9 receptions, 142 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Good blocking by the offensive line of Minnesota. Up and deep. There they are, about 7 people around there. First shot, I think, was by Tom Dart. Number 27 had a shot at the ball. Pops up in the air, and this man, Ahmad Rashad, came up with the touchdown. I think we're a lot more excited about it than he is, Charlie. He's just walking around like another day at the beach.
Oh, boy. Cleveland now has 11 men back out. That's all. Everybody else is in the locker room. This is the extra point attempt. It is blocked. It is blocked by Henry Bradley. It really doesn't make any difference.
Let's go back to an interception by Bobby Bryant with a little over 2 minutes to go in the ball game. Cleveland leading by 8 points. Sipe threw the ball. It was intercepted, and I'm sure he's going to have nightmares about that situation because he threw it right in the stomach of Bobby Bryant. The big turnover. Minnesota went in to score a touchdown by Rashad. And now the miracle play. Rashad grabbing it one-handed with no timeouts remaining in the football game.
They are the champions in the playoffs. You've got the statistics on...